All right, there it is. Little Rider Pride 3:05 on a Thursday afternoon. Partly cloudy sky in downtown Regina. It is the SportsCage. When that song, I don't know, man. I've said we should have a strong debate when the season's over. The favorite Rider song. I feel Rider Pride. I feel that deep voice guy is the guy from Oak Ridge Boys. I picture that in my head. I feel it's very 80s-ish. It's great. There's something about cruising in a Cutlass, no seatbelts, smoking, your parents, and you're in the back seat. No? Sharky's laughing. Sharky's with us today. Welcome to the show. 3 hours for you. We are getting ready for the West Final. We're going to talk about that thoroughly today on the program. It is brought to you by Access Communications on Thursday. And when Sharky's here, he is brought to you by Flooring Superstores. Trent Dickin and his team, over 20 years experience. We're going to hear from Brett Lawther. We're going to hear from Coach Mace. We are going to hear from Logan Furland later in the show. Arash Madani steps in. We have Mason Nyhus, Regina boy, who's on the other side of the game if you're a Rams fan. Coach of the University of Saskatchewan Huskies, joins us. Glen Suitor in hour 3, and then hour 3 is just a total mosh pit. We have Rolan Milligan in studio, Jake Maier, Sharky, Colson, and Suits is going to join over the video feed.
Holy smokes.
Like what we did last week. And everyone's just a round table. It's just a discussion.
Okay.
The fellas chatting.
I like it.
936-6262, Prairie Land Rentals text line, Prairie Land Rentals, 600 Albert Street. Whatever that fall or winter job is that you got coming up, they can probably rent you what you need. They're also the Husqvarna snow thrower dealer in Regina. You get to deal with the owner too. So let us know if you got questions for that. Questions throughout the day. And then on brand for the last 2 weeks, we have West Final tickets, which is darn near a sellout.
Packed.
I think I read somewhere today that it was sold out, and I think that's erroneous information. It is close. So we have 2 tickets to the game.
Go on to Ticketmaster.
Again, anybody who texts in, if you leave your name and number, you're in to win the tickets. The question I want to ask you today, but you can let us know if you have a question, if you have a comment, if you have a question for any of our guests. You're also good. I want to know, and I'll pose this to you first, Sharky. As you sit on the other side of the desk today, this is really weird. You're in first class.
It is weird. Yeah.
It's like I'm riding in coach, and you're in first class.
I'm over here in the hot seat. Like all the fans and buttons. Like I should go and change some stuff over here for Colson.
It's just your menopause. So, what is the perfect weather? And I'm suspecting most of you are Rider fans, but I know we have a lot of Manitoba fans, and we got people from Alberta listening, and that text in. We North Dakota, we're all over. What's the ideal weather for that game on Saturday?
Just no wind.
Okay, is that for you personally, or is that for gameplay?
That's for gameplay. Take the wind out of it, so then the players can decide. We're going to be in that -5 to 0 range. Is that what it's saying?
Have you looked at the forecast, sir?
Oh, has it changed again? Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
Kickoff is 5:30.
Okay, hang on.
Yes.
Googleizing.
I was racking my brain on that today, and I'm like, do we want it greasy? I think we want it greasy.
Ooh.
The only thing is, Nathan Rourke can get on his REO Speedwagon and run a little bit more than T-Mobile Trevor Harris can.
I'm not worried about Nathan Rourke running. I'm not. Our defense is going to look after that. That's not a big deal. -9 still okay, just as long as the wind's not there. Because the wind changes so many things in a ball game. The cold you can deal with, and it's -9's not that cold. Or they'll have the heaters on the sidelines. They'll have their little hand heaters in their whatever you want to call it.
I don't think no, this isn't Adam hockey. This is professional football. They'll have heaters on the sideline. Are you thinking that they're going to be running out on the field with Hot Pockets?
Yes.
Is that what you're picturing? And mittens?
Not mittens necessarily. Maybe some hot.
Sadly mistaken, I think. That's not how they roll.
It's not sold out.
There's got to be very few tickets left.
My guess is under 200 by the looks of the stadium map I got in front of me. Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's pretty limited.
Saturday night, and we're built for this, so I'm not really worried about the fans.
Everybody's got the wardrobe.
You get that Siwash and then something to break the wind on top of said Siwash. You're laughing.
Yeah, you'll be warm as toast.
Long Johns.
Merrill, 200.
I don't know what that is.
That's good.
Is that hunting? Is that hunting talk?
Good stuff. That's good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
There'll be lots of ski pants.
There'll be some ski pants. Yeah.
It's one of those games that, when you go to the Labor Day game, especially some of the ladies, actually, there's lots of dudes, deep V-neck guy, spray tan guy, they want to be seen.
This is not a be seen game.
This is not a we want to be seen game. Ladies, dress for the weather. Men, dress for the weather.
No Daisy Dukes today.
And get out there and be loud. CKRM, the radio station here, and the Riders have partnered. If you're watching the stream, if you're not, you're listening, you know what this sound is. The cowbell. They're giving away 10,000?
The first 10,000.
There's our show and Grey Cup budget right here.
That's why we're not going to
This is why the SportsCage isn't going to the Grey Cup.
Yeah, right here.
But that's okay. 10,000 of these bad boys. How annoying can you be for the BC Lions? I was beside Cowbell Guy at my daughter's hockey game at noon today.
Yeah.
And I was like, but you see I'm right here, right? The rink is empty. And you came to sit by me. Come on. But Saturday,
go sit anywhere you want. Yeah.
Saturday we let it fly with cowbells and noise and dressing warm.
Bugling.
I think I would like to see that -5 to I would say -2 to -8 range, no wind.
That's perfect.
That's what I would consider perfect for this game.
For this time of year, it's outstanding. You're too young to know this. When the Riders got into the playoffs after all those years of being out in the 80s, and it was 88 or 87, I sat in what would have been the north end zone in the bleachers in a blizzard, probably -25. I endured. Riders lost, but I endured. This will be quite pleasant compared to that day. Quite pleasant.
What was the temperature?
I don't even, like -25, I'll bet. It was ridiculous. And wind and cold. For those of you that were there and still have your toes and your fingers, please feel free to text in and tell us your memories of that outstanding.
Yeah.
I think we lost like 44-7 or something.
If you got some cold game memories,
yeah.
It's not going to be quite as cold for the Rams and Huskies up in Saskatoon afternoon.
Yeah.
The flaming ball of gas will still be out. So that'll kind of warm things up a bit.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be warm. We got Mason Nyhus coming on later. We'll maybe ask him about the coldest game he's ever played in for the Huskies. He's a Regina boy. And then tomorrow we got Coach McConkey on. We can ask him the same thing. The win, though, Sharky on Saturday.
What do you got?
Coming out of the north. So that's why they built the stadium correctly.
Yeah.
Kind of going to shield most of that. The wind from the north. Speaking of Kelly Taylor from Prince Albert.
It's not going to be that bad.
Are you looking at the right forecast, sir?
I got light. See, look I got light. I'm on my wind app. Light. Purple.
Oh, you got some hunting app there.
Yeah. Not really a hunting app, but yeah.
I got 17 gusting to 26.
Purple is good.
And then in the evening I got 9 up to 14. So that's not bad. That's normal.
Yeah. I get 10 to 20. 10 gusting to 20. I can take that. Out of the north is fine.
It's exciting anyways. Bundle up, get out there, cheer loud. It's going to be hopefully sold out if it isn't already. We have those 2 tickets to give away, so text in 936-6262. Also, at some point today, we're going to give away some Pat tickets for tomorrow night. They take on the Red Deer Rebels. Before we get to the Rider stuff, we got some audio coming up here. Ryan Dinwiddie, came down yesterday while we were on the show. And Harry and I were going, and I said, I don't know the ins and outs of his contract. Apparently, he had a year left with Toronto. Doesn't seem to mean much.
He just said, see you.
Probably with an option. They both are, there was an out or whatever. And I said, well, he's going to be the GM and head coach in Ottawa. So I would think that was the progression he wanted professionally. was to be able to buy the groceries and cook, as you hear in NHL all the time when a guy wants to pick his own team.
Yeah.
Now, it sounds, and it comes out today, that the Argos granted him permission, or granted the Red Blacks permission on like Monday. So the Argos didn't get a chance to counter. He didn't even come back. So then right away for me, flags. I don't know this for sure, and I'm sure you all have your own take on it. But put yourself in your shoes at your employer. You are, maybe you're not the happiest, and then the competition comes and says, "Hey, we'd like to have a chat." They chat. They offer you more of a position, which more salary, and money is not always the only thing. And if you don't go back, that tells me you didn't want to be there.
I don't think he wanted to be there. And if your memory can go back, we had this conversation with Arash about what was wrong in Toronto with the Argonauts. They didn't have a player personnel guy. Their scouting system wasn't as strong. So there wasn't the bodies, the guys coming into Toronto that they needed. They weren't being able to fill the holes like they wanted to. And I think maybe Mr. Dinwiddie saw what was on the wall, that the organization needed a restructuring, and maybe he wasn't part of it. So he chose to go somewhere else. He's getting an elevated position, which I think is, like you say, the out, if you will, that Ottawa offered him more than just the head coach's job, right? So, yeah. Arash made that comment earlier in the year. I don't know how far back you got to go, Colson, but
we got Arash coming up. Arash is going to talk about that in hour 2, and Glen Suitor, see if they got any inside baseball for us on what went down. But, like, 2-time Grey Cup champ as a head coach, right there. What he did last year, let's rewind almost 12 months ago when everyone found out that Nick Arbuckle was going to be the quarterback for the Toronto Argonauts in the Grey Cup. Don't lie. You weren't like, oh, okay, well, Argos are in a good spot. Everyone is like, well, don't even, be careful on your budgeting and who you're sending because you're going to get blown out of the water.
That's right.
And it wasn't the case. He got thrust into the Grey Cup against us. The guy's a dog. He was on the show. He's a dude.
There's nothing wrong with Dinwiddie. I think he's a smart football man. I really do.
He sat here. He answered questions. He had a big chaw in. I like him. I don't know him all that well. And he obviously, I shouldn't say that. I hate when people say that. But I personally think he didn't go back to Toronto. He didn't want to go back to Toronto. There's something there. Maybe the Chad Kelly mess. Was Mike Pinball Clemens going to step aside and then give him the GM role? Maybe it's MLSE isn't the greatest to work for.
Is Clemens the actual general manager?
That's what it says.
That's what it says.
It says in the yearbook, Jim.
That might be what it says in the yearbook, but that doesn't mean he's actually making the decisions.
And then I just revert back to if this was, Buddy, who is accounting firm, and he's good at his job. He's done a heck of a job, and he gets a call from across the street. They talked to him and they said, "Hey, we're also going to elevate you to partner or senior partner, and you're going to get a nice corner office or pay raise. And we do things a lot different here. We have fun. We do that." And then you don't even call the old accounting firm back and say, it's like, they don't counter it. The writing is on the wall, is it not? It's like, what? Hey, new number, who dis?
This is like an ex-wife. Once she goes to the door's not open anymore. You're gone. If they're granting Dinwiddie the opportunity to go to Ottawa, they were looking for an out.
Take me through this wife thing. I think there's a lot of times it goes to the door shuts in your mush. And then that door's open again.
No. No, it's a one-way.
It's about who has upper hand a lot of time.
No, if they were given Dinwiddie the option to go to Ottawa to have a look, they weren't interested in keeping him. They wanted to change.
I got Baby Come Back song in my head now.
I don't know if that's applicable.
You've been through the divorce thing. I haven't. Luckily.
Yeah, I don't wish it on anybody.
I wouldn't. Well, I'm one and done. I don't understand why you would want to. We've been down this road before. I get it. People, remarried, and people that get married 3 times.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Why? Just be friends.
It's like getting food poisoning at the same restaurant 3 times. Like, what are you doing?
Well, to that point with Harry yesterday, he said you always have to be a fan of a team. You can never jump ship. If your allegiance is with the New York Jets and they're making dumb decisions, you can never leave that. And I'm like, I do not agree with that.
I don't agree.
I don't buy that. I used to be a hardcore Dallas Stars fan. Mike Madani days.
Yeah.
Joe Nieuwendyk. Jamie Langenbrunner. Even John Casey and Darcy Wakaluk in there. I loved the Dallas Stars. They won the cup. Then they just started making some really, really, really stupid moves. And they didn't really care about the fans, it seemed, and all that. And I just walked away. I just said, you know what? I'm done. This is like a restaurant. I get treated badly at a restaurant, like you said, a couple times, or food poisoning. You took it a step further, whatever. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
That's just me, though.
I think you have the ability to put your allegiance wherever you want it to, and you can change if you like. However, having said that, if you're just jumping all over the place to the next bandwagon that goes by, you get no respect, right? So if Dinwiddie goes there for a year,
I'm not in the respect business. I don't care.
Yeah. But eventually, you run out of places to bandwagon hop to, right? You run out of places. You run out of lily pads to land on.
Then you got great stories, though.
Well, yeah, then you go on the speaking tours. Yeah.
Roscoe texted in. We might have a Texter of the Year award coming up in December. I'm working on some things. Roscoe would be up there. Roscoe would be in the top 10 right now. He says, every time you mention a Cutlass, it takes me back to when I bought a new 75 Cutlass 442.
Nice.
Is that a nice ride?
Nice. Yeah.
Cutlass, that was like a big vehicle that you'd get driven to hockey in my era.
There was a two-door version, though. It was a smaller version. Yeah. Yeah. You might be thinking of the Brome.
Kelly Stewart says, Rams playing the Hamilton Hurricanes for the junior championship, the coldest ever for me. Kelly, what was the temperature? Give us a ballpark.
That would have been here.
Trisha, not my Trisha, a different Trisha. Okay, Western Final 2013. It was brutally cold. I remember this. But then the Grey Cup game here in 2013 was pretty decent.
It was.
Great. But Trisha's talked about what we talked about, how that week was so
It was brutal.
cold.
It was brutal all week, yeah.
The cooperators, like the Riderville.
Yeah.
I remember people were standing kind of outside and all, like, again, it was tanning bed dude with his hair all done, like
It was,
freezing, trying to get in. Grey Cup in Winnipeg, 1991 at the old stadium. That is one that I think we'll get a few texts on. That was really cold. It was like minus 25 or
That's
30 with the wind chill.
With Ishmael.
I thought that game was played here.
No.
Look that up.
No, it wasn't.
I was hanging out with, Trisha says, I was hanging out with other ladies warming up in the ladies' washroom. It was bad. Yeah.
That was a bad one. Even the first Grey Cup here in 95 was cold. It was very cold.
Huddle up in Saskatchewan.
Remember the wind? The stands at the south end, they wouldn't let anybody in because they were worried the stands couldn't take the wind.
Next week when we're on this, we'll revisit that 95. I didn't go to it. I remember watching it. All I remember was the stands at Old Taylor Field on each side. I don't know how that got approved code-wise. Do you remember?
Yeah.
It was like 50,000. It was crazy. Yeah. They built these stands on either ends. We'll get into it next week. We'll show the picture. And I just remember I was in grade 12 or just out of grade 12. I don't know. Somewhere I was upgrading at Nutana. And it was like, who is that code?
Who approved this?
That looks dangerous.
And approved it?
Yeah. Like a bad roller coaster, but all went okay.
I had a great house party at that game. That was a lot of fun.
Did you?
Yeah.
Old wife? New wife? No wife?
That was in between.
Or is that the night in question?
No, that was in between.
Yeah.
My house was full. Holy Dinah.
Ron and Deb did be in for Texture of the Year, maybe. Coldest game in history was the West Final in Calgary. Howling wind, minus 35 wind chill.
Oh.
I was about 14, but easily the drunkest crowd I've ever seen.
Have to be.
Ron was dipping into the sauce for sure.
You can't
14.
go and minus 35, you can't go to the beers. You got to go to the hard stuff.
D. Gartner.
D. Gartner?
He says, we're just doing a great job. Keep up the stuff. Out raking leaves before the wet stuff. I got my kid to rake leaves this week. Trying to explain to children how to rake leaves. And they ask 10 questions just so they can try and get out of it.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not that difficult. See those? Put them in a pile, put them in that bag. and then dump that bag in that green bin. I'm out. If you can't figure out that, I'm taking away your phone and all your video games because you obviously can't comprehend those things.
Yeah, and you need to go back to grade 3. Yeah.
We got Mace here, Colson. Yeah. Okay. So here's a stat. Dave Thomas on the ball. He'll be cold in the booth on Saturday, but because it's open air.
Yeah, there's a heater there.
That's almost worse. The hot and cold thing.
Yeah, because the legs and feet.
I'd just rather be one or the other. Maybe David have a balaclava on. Okay, the Riders were the only team to not allow an opponent return TD of any kind in 2025. Huh.
Like kick return.
Any kind.
Interception, kick, punt. Yeah.
BC allowed 4 special teams.
Okay. So
Coach Mace talking about his excellent special teams.
Yeah, exactly that. We got so many guys, truthfully, that might be playing offense or defense on other teams, but they take such pride in what they do and their role for our team. We don't take it lightly. We champion that kind of play. But specifically in these types of games, cold weather games, field position, potentially creating explosive plays, turnovers in rough conditions. A lot of those come on special teams and happen in big games. So those guys know it. They're dialed. They've been dialed all year, and looking forward to seeing them go out and play.
You know what's cool? A special team can really change. Like a big play on special teams can really change the field, change the game. Whether it doesn't even have to be for a touchdown. You get a 50-yard or 60-yard kick or punt return.
Field position.
That moves the field position so much, right?
Especially if it's windy.
Gives you, we're hoping no wind, but that gives you an opportunity to be in play right away. So I can see where special teams is a big part of it. The Riders have done a great job all year long. I give that credit to their coaching staff, right? Putting their guys in the right spot to make sure they're successful. But we've had our challenges with the kicking part.
Yeah, we got some Brett Lawther audio coming up. Jay texted in, said in regards to the stands in 1995, the Carneys put that together after after Buffalo days. Yeah, we'll talk about that more next week. Kelly did get back to us here. Minus 35 with the wind was that Hamilton game. Hamilton and the Rams.
Wow.
Wanted to leave before it started. Hopefully you weren't playing in it, Kelly. Okay, back to the special teams in Mace. He says, does good special teams play come down to just being more physical?
I mean, that's a big part of it. I'll tell you what, I probably could have never played special teams. I don't know if I'm tough enough. Those guys they're different. You got to be a different breed, I think, to play on special teams, man. And we got a great locker room full of guys who can play a physical brand of football. But it's not, it's a big part of his physicality, but being smart and understanding your job assignment like anything else.
It's not going to be easy to kick football.
No.
Saturday.
No.
Hot tip. There's my hot take of the week.
Right.
Yeah, no.
News.
Where's Lawther's head at? I know some people are wondering.
Good. I think it's good. If he's back in.
If Hughes will be kicking and all that, I don't think there's any chance. No. I think it's all day. Lawther is going.
Lawther's going. Hughes isn't going to go. Lawther'd have to break his leg to not play. Yeah, he's playing. Lawther's kicking.
Brett Lawther did have some audio with Dave today, and mental prep or physical prep? What's bigger this time of the year?
Definitely mental. Everyone knows what we can do, what we're capable of. So at the end of the day, if you're locked in mentally, the body will kind of follow. And we got a lot of playmakers. Everyone believes in each other, and we're just going to go out there Saturday and try to put our best foot forward, represent the green, represent this province, and try to win the game, but also have a lot of fun.
Lots of those representing the green. Come Saturday. We'll have more audio.
He's right. It's all mental now. You're physical. You're either there or
I think it was mental all year. He's been kicking field goals for a long time.
For him it was.
And I don't think it's an easy job. So I'm not going to sit here and, I thought that he needed to get away from the game for a bit. I would have thought earlier than what they did. But regardless, we're in November.
Too late.
We're going into the West Final.
We're pot committed now.
No one cares about anything.
We're all in.
Win this game. Yeah. That's the thing. Saskatchewan Roughrider Foundation 50-50. Pay attention here because it's Thursday. The deadline is 5 o'clock. Get in on this early bird.
90 minutes left.
Get in on this early bird. You're in for the 50-50, which is going to be a big one. But then you also get the early bird action. Costa Rica or Costa Rica? Have we ever figured that out? 936-6262.
Both of them are warm.
The Rica, all-inclusive, flights from Saskatchewan, 7 nights all-inclusive. You'll be staying at the 5-star Planet Hollywood, round-trip transfers from the airport to the hotel, or you can take $9,000 cash, whatever bills you want, whatever denominations.
What are you doing?
When's the trip? I would need to know that.
How many for? Just 2?
I'm attached to the education system in every part of my life. So I need it to be in a time that they're off, which probably isn't. I'd be hard pressed to give that up. I've never been there. I heard it's beautiful. I need to get away.
Yeah, I think I'd take the trip.
Like 9K is great.
That's a big number.
You take that down the street, that can turn into 18 pretty quick too.
Or 0, whether it's red or black.
Riders5050.ca and get in for the early bird. Yep, everyone that's texting in today, 936-6262, entered to win West Final tickets. We got Pat tickets. Unfortunate news. I know a lot of you are coming here listening, wanting to hear Kelly Taylor. He's playing at the casino tonight. You can go and check him out there. Flat tire. Coming...
He could have called in.
He's coming from Outlook-ish area. He's in that mode of traveling like every day. Legit flat tire. He said he'll be back on the show. We'll even get him when he's in PA on a slow day.
Hey,
coming on.
I was just in the Outlook area in Dinsmore last Saturday.
Yes.
Congrats to those people. Great show they had there. Brian Burke was in as the guest speaker. If you're ever interviewing him, be on your toes. Mm-hmm. You lob a softball, it's coming right back down your gullet. Yeah.
Let's go to break here. When we come back, we are going to just release the injury report and game status on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Stay tuned. We'll have that when we come back here on the Sports Cage. We got an update coming up for you at the World Under-17 Hockey Challenge, where Liam Pugh and Maddox Schultz are on the ice right now against Finland. We'll update you in a second. But we're going to update you on the Rough Rider injury report right now. Sports Cage on Thursday is for Access Communications. Sharky is with me. He is for Flooring Superstores. Cash and carry prices that are tough to beat. All right, we'll pull that up if you're watching the stream. Here is the game status and injury report for the Riders and Saturday. Jumping out right off the hop, questionable for a Joe.
Yep.
You don't think that sounds good?
I don't think that sounds good at all.
Yesterday it was ankle. It's still ankle.
Disappointed Keyshawn's out.
Keyshawn is questionable. So it doesn't say out. We can't edit that out.
Read it as you wish.
Questionable. Limited in practice again today. It does have Shane Ray as out, which we kind of thought yesterday was going to be the case. Yeah. So Shane Ray is out. Looks like everybody else is available. So the big one, obviously, Keyshawn Johnson and a Joe questionable. Keyshawn probably trumps in a little higher there.
Yes.
What is the status? No offense to a Joe probably hasn't had the year that he's wanted to this year. And they got other guys I think they can insert that fill that role well. So that is your injury report for the game on Saturday. Coach Mace.
Everybody healed up. Got the playoffs. Everybody's available.
Almost. Yeah, no, it came at a good time. Let's see game day on Saturday. What's it all about? And everybody out there, most of you listening, Sharky, you included, you've been in a big game.
Yep.
Yeah, a little nervous. It's awesome.
Better butterflies.
The nerves, it's so good. Coach Mace talked about the nerves of waking up on game day.
It's excitement. I just, I would say now coming kind of on the coaching side of things, and you physically, it's like, oh man, am I going to am I going to puke today? I don't know. I don't have to deal with that. But, it's just pure excitement. You still, even regular season game days, you get those pregame jitters, and my wife will tell you it's, 8 hours before kickoff, I'm pretty quiet, so you're constantly thinking about the game, and, our guys, I would imagine, is the same, but everybody's different, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's just, you're kind of laser focused on the task at hand.
Gotta be.
That'd be tough being a spouse of a coach like that on a game day.
I think they're gone so early, right? They're up and gone, do their thing, out the door. You're not going to stay home.
There's no honey to-do things?
No, there's no to-do list. No. You don't go get groceries.
Don't forget to take all that stuff out of the garage.
Have you swept the floor?
Game day.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
Baby. Yeah.
Did you rake? Did you rake up all those leaves? The kids are for. 936-6262. You want to win tickets to the West Final on Saturday? We are wondering, people, it's kind of going down, what's the coldest game you've ever been at? But I was asking, what's the kind of perfect temperature? What temperature do we want to see on Saturday? You said about -5, no wind?
-5, no wind is what I like.
I would adopt that as well.
Yeah.
I'll
this
be right
time of year, that'd be perfect. That's the best you're going to get.
And I'm looking at it from we got BC coming in here.
Yeah.
They're going to get tomorrow to practice, which tomorrow is not a true indication of what it's going to be like on Saturday.
No.
When they walk out of the Hotel Sask for that morning walk on Saturday and they walk right back in because they're underdressed, it's like, Just Ben should get a live camera of that on Saturday morning.
Situated right out front of the Hotel Sask as they come out after their breakfast brunch.
Curtis is good for that stuff.
Yeah.
Curtis,
get on it.
Get a sneaky camera outside Hotel Sask because these guys go for their morning coffee and they don't quite make it because they are dress pant, no sock guy. That's more the hockey players that do that move.
Still, that is it's going to be crisp. It's going to be sharp.
But it's gonna be crisp Saturday morning. Yeah. But come game time, it's gonna be
crisper, crispy.
Yeah. See what kind of weather they or what kind of clothing they bring for that. So you can let us know. And if there's a cold game like Kelly -35, a bunch of people are going to that Winnipeg. Dave, Terry, Winnipeg, Grey Cup. How cold that was. You said that was the Rocket Ishmael one.
Yeah.
And remember that turf back in the day? Like, not that this turf is much better because it's not heated. No. I don't think any of the Canadian CFL teams have heated turf like they do in the States. And that was that old like carpet that was basically put on top of concrete. Asphalt.
Yeah, it was asphalt with a little piece of rubber underneath and then some fake grass on top.
I remember for the first time ever walking on that stuff when it got like pretty worn down at Taylor Field, and I was like, they honestly fall on this and play on this?
Not well.
Occupational health and safety.
That's why a lot of guys, there's a lot of complaints of the initial artificial turf systems they had out just because they just were very thin on top of concrete. Now at least they've got those rubber pieces in there. Recycled rubber.
This stuff's okay, and it's got a shelf life of 10 years. So this one's close to getting repaired. I played on this stuff quite a bit. It burns. And
rubber. Yeah.
It's not near as hard though. You're right.
No,
like the pellets.
Way
and all that.
better than that other stuff that's overhanging on the wall.
So let us know. 936-6262. What do you think perfect weather is with BC rolling in, or if you got a memory of a cold game? Let it fly. Prairieland Rentals text line, Prairieland Rentals 600 Albert Street. Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to go out on the Western Pizza guest hotline. We're going to do the SJHL report with the commissioner of the SJHL. If you are tuning in for Kelly Taylor, he ran into a flat tire. He's limping into Regina on a donut.
If you see him on the highway, give him a wave. Wave him, flag him down. Yeah.
Honk and a wave at him on the highway, and he's donut tire guy.
Yeah. He'll be easy to spot. Going 60K on the highway.
It's the Sports Cage. We're streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com. Injury report and game status for the West Final came out. Ajoa Joe's questionable. Keyshawn Johnson questionable. Shane Ray is out, as is Mario Anderson Jr. Curling, Canadian Mixed Championship. Saskatchewan was in action against BC, and BC 11-5. So Saskatchewan's in action tonight against Nova Scotia. Elsewhere in the world of sports, on the ticker today, we have Liam Pugh's got a goal and an assist.
Yes.
And
Schultz has got an assist.
Canada white. We have Maddox Schultz, one assist. 4-1 on top of Finland late in that game. Looks like they're going to advance. Chase Serkan
5-1 now.
5-1 now.
5-1 now.
Chase Serkan, Boston Tate, and Chorney, Saskatchewan boys on Team Red are taking on Sweden tonight. Prairie Junior Hockey League, the Jungle, Capitals, Silver Foxes, all Regina. 7:45 puck drop. Male AAA, Moose Jaws in Swift Current. National Football League, Week 10 starts tonight. Las Vegas Raiders, Denver Broncos. Canadian teams in the NHL in action. Montreal is in New Jersey, and Ottawa travels into Boston. SportsCage.com poll today. What is the most essential factor for the Roughriders to beat BC in Saturday's West Final? You can vote at SportsCage.com.
Is score more points one of the options? Score more
You
points?
have to go to SportsCage.com and find out.
All right.
Bundle and save event with Reliance Heath. Rent a new water heater and softener together, and you get $400 cash back. Call on Reliance today.
Time now for the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League Report with Benny Walchuk on the Sports Cage. The SJHL report is brought to you by Chad Reach, Senior Wealth Advisor, GP Financial Services, and Aviso Wealth. If you need a second opinion on your retirement plan, Chad and his local team are available for a no-obligation meeting.
No Benny Walchuk today. He's getting ready for high school football and junior football. So look at that. We have the commish with us. Kyle McIntyre.
Look at that outfit.
That is the last time we had you on, you had a bunch of binders in the back of your office, and now you got a beautiful jersey behind you if you're watching the stream, sharp hoodie, really like it, and a hat. Looking good, commish.
Thanks, fellas. Feel good.
Martinsville. It was the MJHL, SJHL thing this week. How did that go? You were there.
Awesome. It's outstanding. First and foremost, Jason Keating, who runs the Martinsville Recreation Complex. If you guys have ever been in there, that is an absolutely beautiful rink. It's a full-service facility. Really something that the town of Martinsville could be proud of. Seats about 1,000 people. It's a nice sheet of ice. Had a great restaurant at Hector's Grub there as well. Jason, his staff, the restaurant, the community of Martinsville opened up their arms and welcomed the SJHL, and we had one heck of a Team Canada West training camp.
Give me a gravy report. Everything.
Yeah.
Every small town hockey or any hockey rink, I got to know what the gravy is like.
Well, we had to feed and water 40 kids and about 10 staff. So we opted for some sausage and pierogies from Hector's, Barney. Even you, with your ancestry, would have absolutely loved that dish.
Yeah,
and then we had some bacon and eggs one day and some croissants. We had spaghetti and meatballs for a pregame, and then we had a nice smoked roast beef and mashed potatoes for a postgame. And every one of those was top shelf. And there is even some gluten-free options for Noogsy. So everyone went away happy and full.
All right, there's your SJHL report.
Yeah.
There's your SJHL report for this week for Chad Reach.
Yeah, we're out of here.
No, we got what do we got? We have about 4 minutes here, though. How was the hockey? What was it all about? And people that maybe don't know what this is, maybe just kind of give them the rundown.
Okay, so what it basically is, it's the top 2007, 2008, and 2009 players from both Manitoba and Saskatchewan competing for a spot on Team Canada West for the World Junior A Challenge, which is being held from December 6th to 13th in Trois-Rivières, Quebec. And so competing at the event, there'll be Team Canada West, there'll be Team Canada East, there'll be a team from Sweden, there'll be a team from USA. Last year, Team Canada West, which is comprised of SJHL, AJHL, MJHL, Mike Reagan coached, got a silver medal. This year, we got Trevor Blevins as a head coach, Carter Hansen is an assistant coach, Eric Labrosse from Lloydminster is an assistant, and a former NHL tough guy and great guy all around, Josh Groton, is also on the staff. And so they got a real good staff. We had real competitive games. I think probably ideally we'll take probably about 10 kids out of this camp and maybe another 8 to 10 out of the AJHL. And that team's going to go out to Quebec on about the 6th of December. And good luck to them. I hope they do really well. I think they'll be really competitive.
Blevs would have been crushing this pet of hair and sausage for sure.
Yeah, I don't think he missed too many meals. Not to body shame, but
Absolutely beauty. But he'd put us all to shame in a little 5-knuckle duster for sure.
Yeah.
No, it's great you do it. I love the fact that you guys did it in Martinsville.
Yeah.
Now we got Warman down the road. We're really close to Saskatoon. The facility is something else. Let's go by the league though. Commish, you said you wanted to talk about power rankings?
Well, yeah, because Colson says he's got a different one than
Go with the SportsCage one.
Well, what's the matter with the SJHL one? Why are we dishing their power ranking?
We're not dishing
you know
it.
what? You know what happens is that so I was holding Benny's feet to the fire last week about some of his power rankings, and I think he threw some of you guys under the bus and some
nice. Yeah.
officials as well. So it's always interesting. It's not really a true indication of how the teams
That's
are
on
really
brand.
doing, right? And so you look at these power rankings, and it's food for thought. It's fodder for discussion, and really that's what it does. Because when Nugsy and Clark do them for the SJHL, like the teams, the coaches, the players, the parents, the fans are just texting them and absolutely lighting them up about their rankings.
Well, I
So I
agree.
imagine the same thing happens to Benny.
I agree with what I'm seeing on the on the SJHL website. I don't think Nipawin should be 7th.
Well, you know what? You look at our standings, Sharky, and last couple of years, we've really had a couple of juggernauts in the league. This year, we really don't have juggernauts. Like right now, this week, Humboldt is the head of the pack, and they got a pretty good team. Nipawin has a real good team that also has Van Taylor on that team. I was hoping that Kelly was going to talk about that a little bit.
He's right.
Weyburn has a real...
Hopefully he's making it on his donut in the city.
Weyburn has a good team. Kindersley has a good team. And anyone can win on any given night. And if a team goes on a heater 1 week or 1 weekend, they're going to be in first place. That's the way it is. We have extreme parity in the league right now.
No, that's obvious by these rankings, and whoever sat down with a jug and made up these rankings deserves all the abuse they get. I'll say that.
Hey.
No, not the one the Colson's got. The SJHL one online.
Okay.
That's what I'm looking at.
So there it is right there. Those are our SportsCage ones, Humboldt and Weyburn. Okay, Commish, we got about a minute and a half here left. Let's go through games this weekend. What's the one that you would circle on your calendar?
Probably Melville Weyburn. They have a home and home this weekend, and Melville. I still think Melville has one of the best teams in the league. I really like their lineup. Kel Margolis. There is no way this guy should be playing in the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League. He is a Western Leaguer every day of the week. He is a big kid with lots of skill. He's got about 1.75 points per game. Melville has some good players. Preston Bearwald is a good young player. He is at the Western All-Star Challenge. Wesley Olson is another good young player. They got a solid back end with Boston Harkness. I think when push comes to shove, you're going to see Melville really make a strong push in the playoffs.
Okay, and then I want to, before we let you go, are we starting it next week? We did a little collab, and they look fantastic. We have our first ever SportsCage hat.
Oh, really?
We partnered with the SJHL. We don't have a picture up. This is a tease. Next week, we're going to get the picture up, and we're going to start giving them away every week. Thanks to Chad Reach, of course, for sponsoring the SJ Report. Really thanks to the Commish and the SJHL. They are a nice hat.
They are smart. I was hoping to wear one today, Barney. I got notification from Perlator that they've been delivered. They have not been delivered. I had a Perlator guy come about 5 minutes ago. I was yelling at him. He brought something for my wife from Sephora. He didn't bring the SJHL hats, but I will snap a picture and I will get some to you for next week.
Hey,
they are sharp.
Sephora has nice men's moisturizers as well, as I found out, boys. Okay, no, that's all right. We'll do that. We'll do that next week. Maybe you'll come on with Benny. It'll be a busy week because the Riders will be getting ready for the Grey Cup.
Yeah, we got a lot going on.
We're gonna launch
Let's
these
hope
things.
so.
We launch these things. When are you coming into town next?
Well, I'm going to freeze my posterior off on Saturday at the football game. Okay. I was hoping for a weekend like 2 weeks ago for the last time they played BC and a different result. So, I think I'm gonna wear my Monday Nooner toque to the football game and maybe some my duck parka and some mitts. I think it's going to be chilly.
If you swing by Wong's on your way into town, I'll place an order. I'll text you an order if that's possible. We'll do a trade-z of some sort. Okay, thanks, Commish. We got to bounce, but appreciate it. Maybe we'll chat next week.
Okay, thanks for having me, guys. Take
Right
care.
on. Kyle McIntyre, SJHL Commissioner. Great time. The SJHL report is brought to you by Chad Reach, Senior Wealth Advisor for GP Financial and Avisa Wealth, locally owned with a team of financial planning specialists. If your employee plan, you've always wondered, is this thing the right thing for me? Call them. They'll go through it. You might need a second opinion because as I'm finding out and other people are finding out, might not be the best for your family and what you're doing. Also, he works with a lot of farmers and all that. You can find it at gpfinancial.ca. That's hour one in the books. We got more to come. In hour two, we got Donnie from Extreme Hockey is going to come in and talk about a great event, Arash Madani. We're going to find out more on the Dinwiddie and also Mason Nyhus from Regina, who is the offensive coach for the U of S Huskies. It's all coming up on the Sports Cage. Hour two of the Sports Cage. Thanks for making time if you're listening through the app, if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're just on the old-fashioned 620 CKRM. Thanks for making time today. It's for Access Communications on Thursday. Sharky is my co-host. Sharky should be here more often. Somebody just texted in. I agree. Sharky is brought to you by Flooring Superstore. Need another sponsor.
Who sent that text?
That's all we need. It says, what's your mom's name?
I guarantee you who it's not, and that's my mother.
We're giving away tickets to the West Final. All the text messages that we get in on the Prairie Land Rentals text line today, 936-6262, you're entered to win. We're asking, what's the perfect temperature? What would you like to see it on Saturday when the BC Lions roll in? It looks like it's going to dip down. Everyone's going to dress warm. We're going to be fine. We all have Siwashes and Long Johns. And what was the fancy hunting thing that you said?
The Merrill underwear, the 200 grain, I think it's called.
200 ply?
200 grain, something like that.
Anyway.
200%, 200 something. Camouflage, of course.
2013 Western Final, says the texter. Beer was frozen.
It was.
Before we could get to our seats. I don't remember it being that cold, but it was cold.
It was cold.
Rodney in Regina, how about he would like to see it -5 with a slight at the BC bench.
Slight wind, slight breeze.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Oh, this is a long one. Morris has texted in. These are hard to read when they're longer. Coldest game ever, 1978 9-man provincial final when Wynyard defeated North Battleford, who had grade 10 rookie running back Ruben Mays.
Having that guy run over you all day probably didn't enhance the weather either.
Game due to questionable reffing and timing. It was 3 to 4 hour game played in -20 to -30.
Feel bad for you, man. Feel bad for you.
Ruben Mays was a weapon.
He was big.
So was Ruben James, for all you Kenny Rogers fans. Okay, James L. says 0 degrees, light breeze from the north. That would be ideal. I don't think that's good for the Riders, though. We want it a little bit colder for BC, don't we, James? But you're entered to win the tickets anyway.
That breeze will come right down, right over the BC bench. It'll be all right.
And May, T, and Morris all say that Winnipeg.
That 91 game.
91 game. Yeah. Winnipeg was the coldest.
Yeah.
That's a little insane. We don't need that. Don't forget Rider 50/50 Foundation, 5 o'clock today. You want to buy it, riders5050.ca, because you're in for the early bird as well, which is a trip to Costa or Costa Rica.
What did we figure out it was? Costa.
Alleged to who?
He looked it up. He Googlized.
Yeah, but some people think it should be southern. It's southern.
It's southern. Yeah.
I don't get. Do you know proper English? Who?
Yeah.
No, I know how people talk.
Yeah.
How about that? Southern.
Shynkaruk.
What a handle. Flights from Saskatchewan to Costa Rica, 7 nights, all inclusive. Stay at the 5-star Planet Hollywood Resort, round trip transfers, or you can take $9,000 cash. If you win that trip, let's talk. I'll give you 91 maybe. I'd like to go to the Rica.
You said you got school teacher problems, though. You got educational.
I don't got problems. I like it.
You have educational challenges.
We got pension action. No, it's just, you got to go at the toughest time.
Yeah.
Georgie Porgy, been a while. Stain style since you've texted in. He says, Balgoni, Sunday afternoon, Pat Blues versus Prairie Storm. Good chance Georgie could bring some Pilot Butte water. Maybe that's a code word for wink, wink.
Yeah, that's a wink, wink, I think. Yeah.
Still lots to come in the show. Let's get it going with Arash Madani, though.
It's time to go coast to coast with Arash Madani for Smart Investing Solutions. Be smart with your money. Call Brian Gawley at Smart Investing Solutions, 546-2533.
Mr. Arash Madani.
Yes, fellas.
Ryan
Happy West
Dinwiddie.
final weekend. Is it weekend already? It's Thursday.
It is. Close enough. Let's go.
I'll be sucking on a pint in about an hour and 15 minutes, so let's call it the weekend.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's Ryan Dinwiddie, Toronto. New number who dis. Didn't even give them a chance. He went to Ottawa. He was packed. That U-Haul was buzzing.
One-way ticket out of town.
Yeah.
Love those.
So you ask yourself why and how does it get to this point? Like less than a year ago, coming into this weekend, Ryan Dinwiddie and Chad Kelly were the package deal. They're on their way to the Grey Cup. The Argos end up winning the Grey Cup with Nick Arbuckle. You're saying, all right, this is this whole dynasty thing that gets thrown around. And I think what really revealed itself this year, guys, is how organizational dysfunction can finally rear its head and lead to an absolute exodus. So this is what I mean by this. The Argos won the Grey Cup last year. Naturally, in free agency, a lot of those players get plucked away. Other teams are overpaying for their, player services, etc. What kind of scouting and personnel department do the Toronto Argonauts have? I am of this belief, and it's an educated belief, that the general manager of the Toronto Argonauts could not name half the players on the roster. Vince Magri, who was kind of part of their Canadian scouting involved in the front office, he went to the Buffalo Bills last year, was not replaced. John Murphy, once upon a time a Rider, I'm told really isn't around the building anymore, etc. There were no guys being airlifted in for tryouts during the season when the bleep hit the fan. This has been a few years of organizational dysfunction that they've been able to overcome. And it just got to the point where finally the cupboard was bare. And then you saw what happened this season. And Dinwiddie said, you know what? I could use a fresh start. I'll get a little more cash. I'll get a new title. I'll get a 3-year contract. And I'm going to start somewhere new because this isn't working here.
I want to go on record that I remember you telling us this story earlier in the year, and that I actually do listen to what you say and remember it so that I can repeat it later on when it's.
Holy, what are you going to borrow money from him?
Yeah, we got a little. Yeah, I'm going to need a little cover. Yeah.
Okay, here's my take, and this was yesterday, Arash, and then I saw some stuff this morning. I'm saying you put yourself in the shoes, whatever profession you're in.
Yeah.
And a competition comes calling and says, hey, we'd like to talk. We're going to give you a little bit more of a position. You get to pick things.
A bigger job.
Bigger job. And we're going to give you some more money. And, we'd like you to start immediately. And you don't even give your other employer the time of day. Something was wrong. Doesn't pass the smell test.
That's what he's saying, though.
Yeah. And now everyone's like, well, he didn't even call him back.
Who's to call? Who are you going to call?
He's buying the groceries, and now he gets to cook. It's like the NHL GM/coaches that love that.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing. They win the Grey Cup in 22. They get to the East Final in 23. They win the Grey Cup in 24. You have this in the building after it had been pretty bad for a while, and you haven't come to the guy saying, what can we do to keep you? What is it that we need? It's not until somebody else comes knocking on your door that suddenly...
Exactly.
Hey.
Good on him. And you know what? We had him on the show. I said this earlier. Really like him. Seems like a dude. He had his chew in. He was, and you know what he does last year with Arbuckle? Don't overthink it. He's great. He's good, and he is going to be good in Ottawa, and they need him there. Now, lots of people are talking about Mike O'Shea to the big smoke.
Interesting.
All right, so I have two theories in Toronto. One's O'Shea. And if that happens, how long before Drew Brown, a Canadian, and a draft pick are traded to the Argos for Chad Kelly? Mike worked with Drew Brown in Winnipeg. We want to change the culture in the building, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Here's the other name. And I'm just gonna float it out there. This is the name to watch out for in Toronto. It's Chris Jones. What a reaction, Sharky.
All golf shirts will have top buttons. We know that. He's top button guy.
Hear me out on Jones. I'm serious here.
Where is he right now? Where is he?
Well, he went to the University of North Carolina with the Belichick, Michael Lombardi show.
Debacle.
I'm told he's not in the mix. I'm told that he's now talking to his friends in the CFL, etc. I remember Michael Clemens, Pinball, being a big fan of Chris Jones way back when. Who else are they going to hire?
Henry Burris.
That was the name I thought was going to Ottawa.
That could have been a name in Ottawa, but the Dinwiddie thing was number one on their list. The other name I thought could have been in Ottawa was Orlando Steinauer. Steinauer, the former head coach of the Ticats. But I'm telling you, to me, it's a 2-horse race right now, as we sit here on the 6th of November, Mike O'Shea or Chris Jones. And remember, if it is O'Shea, and who knows what's going to happen, they worked together on the Argonauts coaching staff in 2012 when they won the 100th Grey Cup. So could there be a scenario where the two coexist together? Who knows?
Where should Rider fans be worried? Are there any ties, I don't know well enough, any ties with any of our great coaches, defensive coordinators, call it who you want, who might have a tie that'll get a sit down and a meeting and a talk? Once you get that talk, they like what they see.
Yeah, I would hazard a guess that outside of Corey Mace, the GM of the Argos wouldn't know anybody on the Rider coaching staff. I would think more that if O'Shea leaves Winnipeg, that the Bombers could come knocking about Mark Mueller, perhaps.
He ain't leaving to Winnipeg for...
No.
Mark,
don't even start that. Don't even
happy
start
Thursday.
that.
Let's see. We'll see you at the bar, Barney.
Larry Mueller will go shut those the number one, those the barricade gates. When it gets a bad storm. Larry will be there shutting them.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah.
You're not leaving, Mark. No, but let's continue here. Okay, so Saturday, the game itself.
Yeah.
Winning, you're in the Grey Cup. Doesn't get more obvious.
Doesn't get more obvious, and look, we can get into all the different things and this and that. This, to me, is the kind of final brushstroke of the year, of the era of Trevor Harris in Saskatchewan. This is now his moment. This is what it's been built up to. At the age of 39, he's kind of helped transform this franchise, brought this organization up to the point where they're hosting this game for a spot in the Grey Cup on the line. Now this is Trevor's moment. As a starter, he's taken Ottawa into a Grey Cup. They weren't able to knock off the Stampeders when they got there in Edmonton. Now this is Trevor's shot. He's been part of championship teams, not as the guy. Now he is the guy. Now's his chance to cement himself as the guy. And to me, so much of what happens on Saturday is about number 7.
I see we had questions and people are talking about what perfect weather would be for the game from a Saskatchewan point of view with BC coming in. Somebody's on the YouTube chat here saying, hey, BC's been practicing in the cold and wet all week in BC. 9 degrees and rain feels are you in Saskatchewan? Have you been to Saskatchewan?
Yeah.
Trust.
That sounds like an all-inclusive vacation.
Yeah. That's
Where
one
do
more,
we sign up?
That's one more round at the swim-up bar for the fellas. Yeah, no, it gets down to minus 15 on Saturday night. That is going to feel...
Little breeze out of the north. That'll just touch it up nicely, won't it?
Yeah. Conditions could be a factor, though, Arash, I think.
They always are. They always are on November in the prairies. And it's not just offense and defense. I mean, special teams is a massive part of this. Now, the Lions do have a veteran kicker who's been through a bunch of different conditions. Sean White, for the most part, knows how to play it. But all of these things matter. Look, everybody there in Saskatchewan remembers 2013. That game was not won on Sunday. That game was won on Wednesday and Thursday when the Ticats showed up to practice and a bunch of them got frostbite and they didn't know how to handle any of it. Go ahead, Barney. Go ahead.
I want Curtis to go set up a camera outside Hotel Sask for Saturday morning when the Lions get up to go for their coffee and then they just turn right back, or like that Simpsons, like Grandpa Simpson in the bar.
100%. And I heard what Buck Pierce said this week, that it's a mindset, it's a football game, it's this and that. If you don't know it, if you haven't been through it, it's a totally different vibe. And that itself, honestly, guys, is a 3 or 4 point advantage on its own, especially if the Riders are practicing in it on a regular basis.
I love that. Hey, but on Saturday, there's a bigger game. Well, some say it's a bigger game. A bigger game in Saskatoon. Rams and Huskies for the Hardy Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Replay of last year's championship. Rams are going in minus Marshall Erickson with that torn Achilles, which is very unfortunate. Mm-hmm. But these two teams are so close. So close. Like, this is really a coin toss.
So the Erickson loss is massive because he's the best player on the team. Like, we spend so much time, guys, talking about quarterbacks, right? But, like, this is a run-first offense with, the best player in the Canada West Conference, the most important player in the Canada West Conference. You're without him. So now the Rams go running back by committee, which they've never done before, and what a time to have to do it. And I think more, Sharky, like, the thing to really remember, too, I had a chance to talk to people on both of these teams. What I hadn't realized, the Huskies for the last 2-3 years, especially in recruiting, made defensive line a priority. They are big and strong and physical and like to eat. Like, they dress 7 or 8 defensive linemen. And I think part of it is, pass rush to get to the quarterback, but also part of it is, we know the guys down the street and the way they like to run the football. We got to make sure that we're able to stop the run. So they're going to have fresh bodies all the time on the field, and I think that's going to be a big part of this thing. I talked to Scott Flory this week, the Huskies coach. I talked to Mark McConkey. Flory said to me, this is going to be the most physical football game we're going to play this year. And so at the point of attack, how will that Huskies front go up against the Rams offensive line, especially when it's running back by committee they haven't done before? To me, that's a big part of this football game.
We're going to talk to Mason Nyhus, offensive coach for the Huskies, who's from Regina, in a moment here, and we're going to get more on that. And then we can circle back. You're coming to town, allegedly.
Yeah, I'm coming for Vanier Cup.
For the Vanier.
I finally sobered up from the last time I hung out with Sharky, so I can finally come back.
Welcome back, baby. We're doing it again.
Western Pizza. We're running it back to Western Pizza.
Absolutely.
All right. Arash, thanks so much. Have a great weekend. Lots of football. We got high school provincial finals here. We got the Canadian Bowl in Saskatoon on Sunday, like this weekend in Saskatchewan for football. 6 aside, 9 aside. And then my Patriots on Sunday. It's awesome.
Oh, fantastic.
Right on.
My Patriots.
Talk to you next week, buddy.
Thanks, man.
That is Coast to Coast with Arash Madani for Brian Gawley, Smart Investing Solutions. Be smart with your money. Call Brian at 546-2533. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about a special event coming to Regina, back to Regina next month, and for a great cause. We'll get into that in a bit. It's a Sports Cage, streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com. Yesterday when we had Eric Francis on, he talked about the Kadri 1000th game. It was awesome. They showed the putters. I was watching Eric's hit last night. He bought putters for Scotty Cameron putters. Really cool. And then, of course, last night in the game, you take him to score a goal.
Well, yeah.
I went Sports Select, not to go sprinkle of the day, but I said it on the show. The emotion, Calgary's going to win the game. I just felt it, and they did, and he scored. So, my clutch performer. Do you guys have one, or can we go unclutch?
No, Canada, White, wins 5-2 over Finland. Liam Pugh, goal and assist. Jacob Schwartz, 3 apples, and Maddox Schultz scored for Canada. They go on to the semifinal, and I believe they're going to play Sweden, yes.
Or
U.S. I think it's...
No, the other Canada Red plays tonight against Sweden.
That's right.
Sweden. Chase Sirkan. Okay, unclutch performer. I've heard half people like this move, half hate it. Jordan Binnington last night, and he takes the 900th goal from Ovechkin, and he puts the puck in his pants. NHL goaltender, NHL game, camera everywhere. I get maybe he's a jokester, he's a funny guy. Personally, I'm like, that's kind of Bush League. That's a Bush League move, man.
I thought maybe he was keeping the puck for himself that he got scored on, right?
And then
didn't Ovechkin give the other guy the stick after he scored the record?
I'm just like, what are you doing? You're in the NHL.
And why did you shove it in the back of your pants before you give it to everybody else?
I don't know. I'd say unclutch on that, but like I said, it's kind of a 50-50. Anybody else around the table?
No, I mean, Binnington made his name, and he gets his 15 minutes of fame for that. So right?
He's going to be the goalie for Team Canada. So
he'll definitely got a shot right now.
We'll be cheering for him coming in whenever that is, February, January.
900 goals. Think about that. 900. I told Ross not to draft him.
Yeah. There you go.
Don't ask him. He reminds me every time. You don't have to ask him.
Clutch performers for Nick Service in Emerald Park, your local Massey Ferguson Challenger, Rogator, Gleaner, and Fent dealer. Call 781-1077. All right. Joining us in studio here, Donnie Aren from Extreme Hockey and Sport. Donnie, thanks for making time. We have the Battle of the Badges coming up December 20th. Again, it's the police from Regina and the firefighters from Regina.
Correct.
Big hockey game at C6. Just tell us about this, where the money goes and everything involved.
Well, this is a very special game to our community. It's a lot of fun. If you didn't attend the first one, it's an exciting matchup between the police and the firefighters. They don't hold anything back. They are tied to a foundation called Hydrants and Hearts, which is followed up with J. Ott and Kim Ott. It's an amazing foundation that works with families in the fire background, from burn units to all that fun stuff, which is a much needed cause that we love to raise money for. But yeah, this game's super exciting. We're looking forward to it. It's getting a lot of hype around it, and December 20th is coming quick.
Last year, C6, it was packed.
It was.
And this is good.
It's better than you think.
These guys can play. They hate each other on the ice.
There's a lot of university, Western League, SJHL guys on both teams, isn't there?
Oh, you got some skillful players on there, and you're right. I don't know if hate's the word, but they are definitely aggressive towards each other.
They don't want to lose.
Well, they don't want to lose, and there's a lot of pride on the line. I know there was some restrictions from some aboves that said, let's keep this tame because families are going to be there. But
of course, someone from above's got to say that. Take a seat.
It was basically like, if we cross this line, we might be in trouble. But no, it was an exciting game, and they go full out. Like it's not like a scripted.
This is a full contact game.
It's a full contact game. Like, I'm going to give a shout out to Harrison Rupp, who's one of my favorite players to watch out there. And if you guys come out, He doesn't hold back for one
So
second.
who's he playing with?
He's with the Firefighters.
It was
Okay.
good hockey. It's going to sell out December 20th to a great, great, great cause right before Christmas. Have a few pints, take it in. How do people get tickets?
You can go online right now on Ticket. They have a link to go on the Hydrants and Hearts, or you can actually just Google straight up the Battle of Badges game for 2025 Regina.
And we'll be pushing it here. We'll be pushing it out as well. We have 2 tickets to give away right now. Colson's on the phone line, 936-6262 if you want to go to this game December 20th in Regina. Then the other thing we want to talk about here is J-Ott.
Yes.
And I'm going to hold up the hoodie. He's great job. All of his these all have
It's
ties.
gorgeous.
What's that?
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a great looking hoodie.
Jay's going through a battle right now. 45 years old. Yeah. Talk about that.
All I can say is one of the most inspiring individuals I've ever met. This guy has been a big ambassador for female hockey in our community, especially with Lumsden. Him and his wife have been compounding this and growing this for years. The story behind Jay is simple. He's a firefighter. He really cares about the community and the growth of female hockey and all hockey across the board. So with his battle right now with throat cancer, like one of those guys that just gets dealt a bad hand, but is the most positive, reassuring guy, upbeat. I got to spend some time with him the other day when he came in. Like, just one of those guys you just want to be around. It's unreal.
I don't know him, but everybody knows him.
Yeah.
A great guy. It's like, oh, yeah, Jay, yeah.
Yeah. Now, where are those hoodies available at?
They're available at Extreme Hockey. So, yeah, we launched this a few days ago, guys. I'm going to tell you, I cannot believe the support and the people coming in. Our first run is almost sold out, and 100% of these proceeds go back to Jay's family and Kim for their battle with the struggles they're going to have coming up here.
So it says, if you're not watching the stream, it says play for Coach Jay. Nice hoodie, good quality. I don't know, athletic knit.
Yes, we partnered with Athletic Knit on these, and they turned out amazing.
And then it's just, it's got the Hydrants and Hearts. It's got the female hockey.
Lumsden links on there. Love it.
Everything.
Yeah.
Jay, I don't know if you're listening, if you're going to watch us, just keep battling, man. You're an absolute beauty. So many people in the community. So just Extreme Hockey, if they want to
Extreme Hockey, we have another order coming in, guys. We can get them online now at our new e-commerce platform, or you can head into the store. Love the support, and thank you so much. And I know the family appreciates it big time.
Somebody already called in for the tickets, too.
Tickets are gone.
Bango.
That's amazing.
There we go.
They're
Fantastic.
gone. December 20th, it's coming up. Hydrants and Hearts Battle of the Badges. Tickets will sell fast. It's a great event. Donnie, thanks for making some time today.
Guys, always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Donnie Uren joining us here in studio. We'll take a quick break. That's okay. It is a Sports Cage. We are streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com. All right, Rider fans. Shane Ray listed as out for the game coming up on Saturday. Keyshawn Johnson and Ajoa Joe listed as questionable. We'll keep you updated there. Sharky, update from the U17 World Men's Hockey Championship in Nova Scotia.
Canada White beats Finland 5-1. Outshoots them 50-24. Liam Pugh with a goal and assist. Maddox Schultz scored a goal. They advanced to the semifinals.
And that's right. And it's Team Red against Sweden momentarily. Yep. Chase Serkan, Boston Tate on that team. Prairie Junior Hockey League tonight. Silver Foxes, Capital, 7:45. Go at it. Battle of Regina. Male U18 and Swift Current. Moose Jaw is in town. Canadian Mixed Curling Championships in Assiniboia. Jason Ackerman falls to BC. Takes on Nova Scotia tonight. National Football League tonight. Raiders and Broncos, 7:15. Canadian teams in the NHL. Montreal's in New Jersey. That's a very actually intriguing matchup. Two teams on the upswing there. And then Ottawa at Boston. In hour two, Sports Ticker is for Extreme Hockey and Sport, home of the price match guarantee, and now with a new e-commerce platform, Extreme Hockey and Sport. They are local. They support local. Okay, let's go back to some Rider audio here. Coach Mace. That's a good question. Yeah. Davey asked him, is the morning of a must-win game any different in how it feels?
Truthfully, it's always tough to let somebody know that maybe they might not be going to a game, like this. So when we're in a situation where, there's so many good options, it's going to be tough regardless. But on the plus side of that, you know that you got a lot of players to choose from that you can help the team. So always tough, but happy it's this kind of tough.
Yeah, tough spot on who to play.
Well, yeah, he does. In some spots, some things are nailed down. Receivers, we got a couple of holes there, but we've had depth at receiver all year, right? Everybody's jumped in and played with us. Robistelli picked in. You can go down the list. Guys have stepped up and played, so I don't see any problem with our receiving group going in this game.
No, I don't see any problem. I think it's tough. It's like, who is told healthy? Scratch. Weather is going to be a factor, although somebody on the YouTube chat doesn't think so. Everyone that's texting in 936-62,
it's be a factor for
62,
BC.
they're like, they're going through the coldest games. A lot of people are going back into that. So keep them coming if you want to be entered to win 2 tickets to the West Final. It is going to be brisk Saturday night. There's no doubt about it. But we're going to be loud, and we're giving out 10,000 of these bad boys.
Yeah.
Believe and CKRM on the other side.
Right there.
We should have chucked a SportsCage logo on them. Ran out of ink.
That would have really done the budget in.
We're handing out those. It's going to be loud. Those things will be awesome. Tough luck, BC. Brett Lawther talking about how important it is to take advantage of the West Final being at home.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to be back. You never know when it's going to be the same team, same staff, anything, especially in this league. So trying to make the most of every opportunity. And, we feel like we have the guys this year and all year. We've stuck together through the highs and lows no matter what. And we're just excited for Saturday for the opportunity to go out.
There he is on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline, former St. Angela Eagle, Riffle Royal, NOD boy, Mason Nyhus. Mason, first off, the weather keeps changing. I know the game here looks like it's going to be a cold evening on Saturday. For you guys up in Saskatoon, it doesn't look bad during the day. I got to ask you, what's the coldest game you remember playing in?
Man, you know what? It's kind of a coin flip between two. The Hardy Cup in 2022 against UBC in Saskatoon was freezing. Half the turf was ice, it felt like. So that one sucked. And then 2021 in Montreal, actually. It was only like -10, -12, but It was that damp, cold, frigid. Yeah, that was not fun, but won both those games, so that was positive.
You got to get one of those big donors up there to get the field heated.
Yes,
in Saskatoon. That's
underneath.
That's got to be a play. Maybe make a shout out to Siemens, see whether they can figure something out.
Exactly.
But no, seriously, you guys in the Rams, it's probably how it should be.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. I think we had obviously a good year with our record and whatnot. And obviously the Rams had a really good season. So I do think there are 2 really good teams going head to head. And obviously with the rivalry, it's always fun, right? I think it'll be a really competitive football game. They have a really good team, so it's going to be a tough test. But yeah, it should be exciting. And hopefully it's a good crowd there with the All Sask Hardy Cup.
Mason, I've looked at all the stats. I've reviewed it, offensive and defense. There's no difference. Both these teams are incredibly even, point to point, all through the season. And the only game you had was separated by 2 points during the regular season, right? There's no real advantage you can give somebody one or the other than home field.
Yeah, you know what? Being biased, I try to look at some advantages here and there. But no, for sure, right? Obviously, offensively, they've been getting it done, putting up a lot of points. And then obviously we've been trying to chip away here offensively and get it done. And then both defense have been really good all year. I mean, historically, the Rams have always had a solid defense with Sheldon Gray there. He's a really good defensive coordinator. He gets those guys right. So obviously it's going to be a tough test for us on offense, just trying to chip away and get points. But yeah, I mean, that's what makes the Can West the Can West. Every game's competitive, and I don't doubt that this one will be no different.
They're now without Marshall Erickson. Unfortunate news there. But you guys are kind of playing the quarterback thing too, and you had Jake Farrell last week do the job for you. I was telling people around here, I didn't even get paid for it, but I was saying that's Mason Nyhus. That is though. That's coaching, right? You probably put him in a good spot, a comfortable spot to be able to manage the game and get the job done.
Yeah, obviously, first and foremost, terrible to hear about Marshall Erickson. Obviously, like, game aside, right? He's a hell of a football player, and it sucks seeing a guy get injured like that. So hopefully he has a fast recovery there. And with that, they have Katende there, who's a great running back in his own right. So I'm sure they'll be just okay, but hopefully he has a quick recovery. In regards to Jake, man, he's been great for us. Kind of Johnny on the spot there, filling in when needed. And you know what? He gets the ball to the playmakers. He does his job. honestly, I'm just kind of in his ear being that a boy, Jake. He's really he's great. He's been awesome to work with. He's great with his progressions. He's a smart kid. He's been awesome.
One of the things you probably don't keep track of as much, but maybe you know a little bit, is it sold out? Is there still a chance to get in, or are they going to jam everybody in they can when it gets to Saskatoon?
Hopefully it's a great turnout. I mean, I'm just worried about getting first downs and touchdowns. I have no idea what it's looking like right now, but hopefully it should be good. I know mom and dad will be in the crowd, so that'll be good.
They don't make you sell any tickets during the week and jubes and chocolates like you used to have to.
No, I'm not getting on the phone here and calling the season ticket holders to get out, unfortunately. But maybe that'll be in for next year.
Do you think that playing at home though, as a guy that's played up there, your whole career, now you're coaching at there, Griffith Stadium. I love it. Great atmosphere for college ball. Does that give you guys a little bit of an advantage?
Yeah, we like to think so. Obviously, we've historically been really good at home, but I mean, you say this all the time in the Canada West. It's very cliche, but once again, in these big games, especially in this conference, it just comes down to a Saturday in November. Like, it really, everything's thrown out the window. It comes down to will. It comes down to execution. It comes down to the little things. So, I mean, home field, yeah, like, it's nice sleeping in your own bed, but realistically, it's a 2.5-hour drive. I mean, I think it's gonna be a good game.
How will you get the guys ready as coaches for the weather and maybe things changing? 4 or 5 degrees, maybe a little more wind, because we see that here in Sasky all the time.
For sure, yeah. I mean, we're always prepped for that sort of stuff. I mean, that goes all the way back to my playing days. Florey's done a fantastic job in regards to making sure we're prepped for all the elements. It really doesn't matter if it's plus 30 or minus 30. We're going to have a way to get the job done and a game plan to execute no matter what the situation is. So historically, we've been great at that, and hopefully we can continue to do that no matter what the weather throws at us.
Mason, I'm just looking forward to a great game. The top 2 teams in the conference, they've been the best all year long. Statistically, they're the best. 2 points separated them. It's going to be super exciting. You can't be in both places, though. You can't be here for the Rider game and there for the Hardy Cup game. So,
well, if you got a PJ, if you know a guy that's got a bird.
I do know a guy, but I don't think he's going to let me use it. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's going to be a great weekend.
Yeah, it'll be a fantastic weekend for Saskatchewan football. Like you guys mentioned, there's provincial championship here in Saskatoon on Friday, Hardy Cup, Saskatoon on Saturday, as well as the Rider game in Regina, and then obviously the Canadian Bowl with the Hilltops and the Okanagan Sun on Sunday in Saskatoon. So it's a great football weekend in Saskatchewan. So people in touch will be strapped to their couch and hopefully tuned in.
Well, then there's all the 6 and 9 aside. Yep. Lemberg's buzzing. Humboldt's going to be,
Isn't it Hafford or Blaine Lake? Who was it in the north?
Hafford's good. Yeah, Hafford's a wagon up there. All right, Mace, we'll let you get back to game tape and all that stuff. Thanks for doing this again. Best of luck. Stay healthy, and we'll catch up again.
Of course, boys. Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks.
Right on.
Take care.
There he is, Mason Nyhus, Regina boy. He is the offensive coach for the Huskies. It's going to be a good game.
It's going to be a great game. It's going to be fantastic. I wish they could have figured out how to do them Saturday, Sunday, so they weren't on almost at the same time. But it's going to be a very exciting game.
Where you've been doing a lot of research on it. Where does one watch the game again? Are we going like the CBC app, the state-run media? Are they ever a little run? Do they have their app going? Because it's not SaskTel, is it?
I do not see any SAST. I do not see.
We'll figure that out.
Television reference for this.
Well, it's got to be televised, and it's going to be a great watch. If not, right here, we have it on 620 CKRM.
Yep.
They'll paint the picture. You can, as you're getting ready for the Rider game, tailgating.
Yep.
Illegally.
For now. You'll be legal soon. Yeah.
Okay.
We had a great weekend for football, though. Holy smokes!
Every year it seems like last year we kind of had to say a little bit of it, and then it was when the Thunder was playing Okanagan. But yeah, it's great. All the high school stuff.
When's the provincial final? Miller and
tomorrow night. Yes, Friday night in Saskatoon. I am going to be talking to the head coach of Miller tomorrow on the program.
Nice.
As they get ready for Holy Cross, the Holy Cross Crusaders.
Heard of them.
Yeah, they're good.
They're good.
They historically, them and St. Joe's up in Saskatoon have been battling. So yeah,
they got to stop Mr. Adams though. They got to stop Mr. Adams.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get into that with the coach tomorrow. But yeah, it's a great weekend for football. We're the home of football right here in Saskatchewan. 620 CKRM. Thursday edition. One more hour. That means one more hour closer to the West Final coming up Saturday. Sharky's with me today. It's for Access Communications. When Sharky's here, it's for Flooring Superstore. Why don't you give Flooring Superstore some love, because you were shopping there?
I am. They're coming tomorrow morning. They're measuring up the basement and the back porch tomorrow morning. Stuff's going in. It's a big deal.
Basement and back porch.
Yeah.
What are you putting down?
The stuff my wife picked. You know me. I don't.
A carpet?
No, it's not carpet.
Linoleum?
It's some sort of fancy, thick product that goes down and, yeah. For me, it's got to be rugged for the dogs, right? Like, there's a lot of dog action on there, so yeah it's got to hold up really well. So they're coming to fix it up tomorrow morning, 10 a.m.
936-6262, Prairieland Rentals text line. A lot of people are just going off. I was asking them, what's the ideal temperature, us being Saskatchewan fans for the most part, for the game on Saturday with BC coming here? And people are just going off now, going with their coldest game they've ever been at, which is fine.
Yes.
Send that in because you're entered to win the tickets to the West Final. A lot of people are going to the 1991
Winnipeg Grey Cup.
Winnipeg Grey Cup. I can't believe how many people remember that.
Yeah.
What was it, minus 30-ish?
Something. Ishmael nearly got hit with that, what is it, a beer can or a snowball? And he's running back that kick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that, yeah.
Oh, you go to jail now for that.
And then people were saying, what year was the beer frozen in here?
I thought we were agreeing the West Final of 13.
13. People their beer they're freezing.
Yeah.
It's not going to be that bad on Saturday, but the temperature is taking a little bit of a turn. It's going to be a factor. If you don't think it is, that's your prerogative.
Dress accordingly.
If you're from Saskatchewan and you've ever played anything in that weather, it's going to be a factor, especially when the guys are coming from the coast. Then the guy in the YouTube chat, which I thought was funny, he was like, BC's been practicing in the rain and cold all week.
Not the same.
Yeah.
Not the same.
Yeah, that'd be like somebody from Phoenix going to somebody from Kennebunkport, Maine, and being like, it's cold in the state. No, it's not. You don't know cold. So when it gets to minus 15-ish, when that sun goes down.
Is that what they're predicting now? Or is that we're going to minus 15?
Yeah, but it's going to be, if you're in the stands, it's going to be awesome. Unless you're not dressed for the weather guy or girl.
Unless you're that fake tan guy?
Hey, deep V-neck guy, you might want to bundle up come Saturday. And ladies, don't dress to impress. Dress to be warm.
Dress to be warm.
And drink.
Yeah.
And if that's your thing.
Yeah.
Western Pizza will be buzzing. A lot of people will be warming up at halftime.
Sure they will.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. All right, so tickets to give away. We got that. And then there's Suits here? Okay, we have two co-hosts. Let me introduce the co-hosts first for this hour. They're going to chat with us. They think they're coming in here to just talk football and answer football questions.
No.
Not so much
that
case.
easy. No.
On my left, Rolan Milligan. Thanks for making the trek in today.
It wasn't bad, man. I'm glad to be here.
And Jake Maier.
Yes, sir.
There we go. You guys ever been on the radio before? Like hosting?
Never, but let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah. If we're on, it ain't that hard.
That's a lot to do.
Where you gotta go. Yeah.
CRTC, take a seat for the next hour. Let's get into Suits.
Time now for press coverage with CFL and Saskatchewan Roughrider legend Glen Suitor on the Sports Cage. Brought to you by Bronco Plumbing and Heating, where professional service is guaranteed. They'll treat you right. 781-2090.
All right. There he is. There's a long intro, special intro today for you. Glenn, do you have a fake YouTube chat account? Was that you texting in saying it's that the BC Lions are practicing in the cold this week out there on the West Coast?
No, but it is cold. I'll tell you that.
Give me a break. Hang up on this guy right now.
No, it's a wet cold out here. You guys know that. It's a wet cold, which is give me 10 below in Saskatchewan over +1 or -1, pouring rain sideways in Vancouver any day.
Chikai. I saw 9 degrees and rain today.
Yeah.
So if you're saying it was -1, that's different. My first ever game in Foxborough, I prepared for -2. That damn cold goes right to the bones. Like Green Bay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it wasn't. It's not terrible. It's a way. It gets right to the bones out here on the coast. But I apologize for being late. I just got off the Zooms with both teams, so we've done that, and I'm excited to be with two outstanding co-hosts. Jake and I have done the communication many times, and Rolan, man, this is an opportunity. This is a chance. And keep all this tape and give it to TSN at the end of this, okay, you guys?
Yeah, well, Mike Rose, when he was on last week, he wanted the audition tape because he thinks he's got a future in broadcasting. It was pretty solid, pretty good, had a good time. CJ Rivas was good too, but I don't think he wanted any of that smoke. He's not sending out any tapes anywhere soon. Suits, I'll let you go first. You got a question for one of these guys?
Yeah, well, first of all, just how did they spend the bye week as far as preparing and not getting too hyped because you still had time? Let's start with Rolan because he was using I know you were using the time to heal up and be as healthy as you can be, and that must have helped you in a big way.
Yeah, a lot of that time I was just in the training room just trying to get that rehab in, get those exercises in, just to strengthen everything up, make sure everything was, sound, solidified, make sure no kind of setbacks or anything like that. And it's been a lot of progress since the injury happened. So I'm glad where I'm at, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah. This is what did you learn from the Calgary game?
The game ain't over until it's over, man. You gotta play.
You see Calgary,
You gotta play until the clock is 0, and they didn't look like they were doing much on offense as far as yardage like they usually do, and we're still able to come away with a win. So it says a lot about that team, and it's gonna be a fun game.
Yeah. Hey, Jake, when you guys played the Lions at the end of the season, did you look at how much can you take from that? I mean, they were playing for home field, so they had everybody out there and all of that.
Yeah, I think you could definitely take a little bit from it. They were in a position where they wanted to host, just like you said, and I think just like who they are, like culturally as a team, like from the outside looking in, Benavides is super competitive and gives you a bunch of different things every week you play against him, right? So it's like that was pretty consistent, and then obviously Rourke is Rourke, and he's going to make sure that his offense is ready to go and playing at a high level. So you could definitely pull some things, but I've mentioned this in weeks past. Anytime you get in these playoff games, what I've learned over the years is there's going to be something a little different, some little change up, some little tweak in personnel, something with how they line up to certain formations. So you just got to react to those on the fly. But yeah, no, there was definitely something that you can take away from it and see how you can improve.
Yeah, you got it. There's got to be a few wrinkles. That's the beauty of football, right? One game. It's not a 7-game series. It's none of that. It's got to be something. Glenn, give me an X factor in this game that maybe we're not talking about.
Well, one of the X factors in the BC Calgary game was the big return, and it was the timing of it. So, I know we always really focus on offense and receivers and, what the defensive front can do against different teams, and that's always important, don't get me wrong, but the trenches, of course. But for me, you never know when that big return, the field position advantage. If one team is having troubles in the game covering, and it might not be a big return like Robert Carter does here, but maybe it's back to the 40-45 yard line, and that field position, as Jake and Rolan will tell you, that's tough. I mean, you're the other team starting at half field all the time. It makes it tough on your defense.
Yeah, Robert's not going to be wearing those sleeves, I tell you, on Saturday. Rolling into Saturday.
It'll be a little thicker.
I don't think he will anyway.
What would you tell those guys coming in here? What would you the Saskatchewan guys know? Our two guys here know. They know what they're to expect. If you were telling BC, what would you tell them to prepare for coming in here weather-wise?
Well, I for me, it would be telling them not just weather. I mean, I think if you've played to this level, You played in cold games, you played in rain games, you played in wind games. You've got that experience. You know how to handle it. You'll be prepared that way. I would be more sort of practicing to handle the noise, the crowd noise, because as a visiting team going in, this baby is going to be hot, and that one procedure call at the wrong time because the crowd is so loud for Nathan Rourke, that one procedure call may be a difference maker.
As a quarterback, Jake, I want to ask you about that. I know it's like, hey, we're getting ready for the noise in all footballs you watch. We're pumping in crowd noise. We're getting ready. But it's different when you're there. It's going to be different Saturday. And then that first call, that guy that does take the procedure call, all that probably feels like a bit of a pigeon because we've been practicing about this all week. How do you get ready?
It's it's an avalanche for sure at times. Like it comes and goes just depending on the momentum of the game. But honestly, man, like I'm sure Nathan would say the same thing. Like when you're out there, you kind of have sometimes it's so loud that it's almost quiet, like internally, like you're just kind of in your own little world a little bit. There's obviously no verbal communication. A lot of it is just nonverbal hand signals, eye contact with certain receivers, making sure that you're walking up to the LOS and communicating all the way down the line, things like that. But man, when you're out there, yes, it is very loud and the communication is very difficult. But it's amazing, it's like the deafening of like the noise is like, okay, you're out there and you feel like you're your own little world a little bit. So there's a little bit of that too.
Rolan, on the defensive side, when the crowd's going nuts and they do take that procedure call, which is going to happen on Saturday, do you guys maybe chirp a bit? Do you guys say, hey, you're going to get more of that where that's from? Is there a guy on defense that keeps going at him? Who's the talker?
It's always the D-line. They're always the closest one to them, so they always the ones that's talking for us. In the back end, we're just trying to make sure we got everything right, so when we get them backed up, we keep them backed up.
Right on.
Love it. That noise has got to help the defense. So when you hear that, you got to feel inspired by that, don't you, Roland?
Yeah, Mosaic is always rocking, man, and it's gonna be going crazy this weekend. So we're banking on that to help us out. Like you said, crucial situations, man. They can't take procedures, and it's gonna be tough on them.
Love it.
Suits to you.
Yeah, well, here's the one thing, and Jake could maybe when he's been the visitor in Mosaic, and can also sort of talk about this, but it's the losing of the snap count. So offensively, that advantage of knowing when the snap count is, that can give you a split second advantage. If you're blocking down as an O-lineman or you're pulling as a guard, and the snap count. So just at the beginning of that count, you're on your way, and the defense has to wait for the ball to be snapped. When your tackles have to look down the line and wait for the ball to be snapped and take their eyes off of a defensive lineman that's coming, or maybe someone has shown up like AJ Allen in a blitz, and you missed it because you had your head down and looking over at the ball for a second. So that's to me, I mean, Jake, you've been the visitor at Mosaic and with big games, that you lose a snap count, it's different.
It's different, man, and you know what it is too. Honestly, is you like from a quarterback perspective, you look at the other side of the ball and you see the different moving pieces. I mean, CFL defenses are moving constantly as it is, whether it's loud or not. But you kind of can feel and see the confidence of the front four and just how revved up they are. You break the huddle, you're walking to the LOS, and you got Scoop waving to the crowd, and you got Mike Rose and Micah Johnson just waiting for their moment, right? So there is a added confidence, in my opinion, when you play in those hostile environments and the defenses are able to move, they're able to get their timing down, they're getting a good rhythm. And then just you run the ball on the road in Mosaic, you get 2 yards. Like anywhere else, it's like, okay, we got 2 yards, whatever. Just an eruption. Just we stop. 2 yard gain. You're like, well, that's not really that big a deal. Like it's okay, But you can feel like the energy just on every single snap. It doesn't go your way. They get home. We get home. We get a sack, or we force an incomplete pass. Like when you hear just the kind of the emotions of the crowd, and you see the handshakes going on and the chest bumping and the energy from the defense, like that stuff's kind of the game within the game, man. So that's why you want these home games. I mean, there's no doubt about it how, just that confidence just continues to grow as the game goes on. No doubt.
I want to ask you this, and then Glenn, you can chime in too, because obviously you played a long time and in some loud stadiums. And we got 9-a-side, we got 6-a-side football, high schools championships going on tomorrow. We've all played with the waggle. How different is the waggle when you're the visiting team and you got the stadium just going bonkers?
The waggle's fine. I mean, you obviously have to be consistent with whatever your silent cadence is, whatever that is. So as a quarterback, you're very conscious of that. When you're signaling to your guys, when you're either, some people use their foot, some people use their hand gesture. So you have to be consistent with that, no doubt about it. And then the receivers have to obviously be conscious, but you get enough reps throughout the week where you should be okay. But again, it's gonna be it's one of those things, man, where you got to have a really specific plan, and if the defense can figure out whatever that plan is, man, it's gonna be good for us.
I would think, because coaching kids, it's so hard to teach them the way no sound. It's like, what can't you guys figure out here? We got to get this down. But then when it's loud, and then to Jake's point, I guess it would be more like a theater or a dance production. For sure. Everybody's got to be on the same, and it's all timing suits.
You got to know your mark. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all it is. You got to know your mark, right?
It's a rhythm.
Yeah.
It's a rhythm, for sure.
Yeah, and you guys know, like, I've had I can't remember which, it was a quarterback we were talking to like mid-season. I can't even remember which one it was now. They're all coming, but he was talking about coming up to Canada and saying, I learned the whirly bird. And I said, what are you talking about with the whirly bird? And he goes, well, that's the hand signal, the whirly bird, to get the pre-snap motion going and to get that waggle towards the line of scrimmage. See, down south, we didn't have the whirly bird. And I said, well, I've never quite heard it called that, but okay. It's the whirly bird. It's the whirly bird. So, yeah, it's something that you got to learn coming up here. And for a defensive back, Rolan, we were like, what the heck? How did you feel when you first saw the receiver running at the line of scrimmage before the snap of the
ball? My first time, it make you feel like everything's going to be a deep route. So as soon as I see him run, I'm like, yeah, it's a non-ball. I got to get out of there. And then he run an out route or a curl or something like that. So it's definitely an adjustment, man. That's probably the biggest adjustment when you first get up here. Just all the motion, the movement, the waggles. That was the big thing. Once I got, confident as far as how they're trying to attack the line of scrimmage with the waggle, then it made everything a little easier.
In my research, you played quarterback as a kid.
I did.
Would you love playing the Canadian game as a QB, or do you prefer what they're doing down south as a quarterback?
Look, I'm not built to be a quarterback. Down south, up north, east, west, it don't matter. I ain't really built for that no more. But
you would love to throw a post pattern from the one. You can't really do that in the American game.
I gotta say, Roland, I respect the honesty. Look, man, a lot of people would say, "No, man, yeah, I can handle it." I respect the honesty. I can't play his position either. So.
The DBs had an argument sometime last year, and it was like, if you get a whole practice as quarterback, how many passes do you think you complete? Yeah, against the first defense. I was like, bro, I wouldn't even put myself in that situation. There was somebody saying they'll throw like 3-4 touchdowns and all types of
3 or 4 touchdowns?
Who was that? Okay, you probably know who's got that kind of confidence.
I'm not speaking any names.
Yeah. Maybe one of our rooks. Guys that are just fresh coming up here.
Yeah, man. It was
When did you transfer from offensive side to defensive college?
Coming into high school, really, when I was a freshman, is when I really switched. I was always playing both sides in like youth football, but once I got to high school, I just kind of saw the DBs going and just kind of followed in line, and that's how I started.
Do you play both sides as a kid?
So I was a baseball player growing up, and it was one of those things. I got to high school, and my dad was like, "Hey, you need to play football. It's mandatory. We've held you out as a youth."
Good dad.
Yeah, he was like, "You have to play football." He wanted me to play basketball. He wanted to play everything. And it was my first day at freshman, tryouts or whatever. And they said, "Okay, DBs over here, linemen over here, running backs, receivers, whatever, and quarterbacks over here." And the receiver line had like 20 guys. The quarterback line had 2. So I was like, I'm just probability, right? Okay, like, well, if I want a chance
Just
to
numbers,
make the team, like at worst, I'm going to be the third team quarterback. Like I can handle that, you know. So I just started throwing the ball that day, and I threw it like a baseball for the longest time, and then eventually it was like, okay, I think I can actually do this.
Yeah,
that's the story.
And then later in your high school years, just they didn't say, hey, you want to try some DB or something?
Not quite. Not quite. There was like some like little like, hey, we can put you in like a nickel package on like third and forever. Just play quarterback, but just stand 20 yards high and just try to read concepts and see if you can get the ball. That was when I can move obviously a lot better. But I did that a couple times in practice. It wasn't nothing serious.
Yeah, the IQ play. I love it. Suits, you go ahead.
I was going to say I've got some data on the Rolan experiment with the DBs. Okay, so trying to play quarterback. But right now, the quarterbacks, and Jake will tell you this, are completing around between 70 and 80% of their passes at the pro level. That's what's happening now. I mean, when back 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 65% was a good year, and touchdown interception, if you're 2-1, it's a good year. And the completion percentage. And so the data that I built on the experiment was back 100 years ago, I was the third string quarterback in Saskatchewan when we didn't have 3 on the roster. I was at about 10% in practice, let alone ever getting a chance in a game or having to play in a game because of an emergency and we've lost 2 guys. Like,
you were a wishbone quarterback.
It seems easier when you're watching it from the broadcast booth or from the sideline or even from playing defense. It seems like, yeah, I could do that. Why can't I do that? And then you get out there and everything's moving about 1,000 miles an hour in front of you.
I mean, I think the bubble screen element of the game today gives guys a decent chance. Like, I think I'd feel pretty good, like maybe 50-50. Like, yeah, he'll hit the bubble in stride, get some yards. The little touch pass, how like everything's like catch and like quick toss, they can do that. I mean, that's
and we all watched you play, Suits, with that mullet and that mustache. You completed 3 passes before you went to the line, just on swagger, alone. Let's be honest. Okay, quickly before we let you go, I want to get you to handicap a little bit the East Final. Bo Levi, Alexander, first test, live test for the Ticats to see the kid and his swagger. Speaking of swagger, how do you think that one's going to shake down?
Well, two great quarterbacks playing on top of their game. Davis hasn't lost one yet as a pro in the CFL, so that's a stat that's still quite amazing. But I still think, and your 2 co-hosts there will probably be able to talk to this better, but I still think that Montreal defense is a little susceptible at times if you're consistent with the run. So Stevie Scott, and the run game for Hamilton is going to be, 2 players that whoever kind of wins that battle. If Hamilton can get 110 yards rushing, which is not something they want to do, not something they've done all year, really. I just think, the Hamilton, they didn't do it. Winnipeg didn't do it in the semifinal. They had Brady Oliveira, and they decided not to do it. Now, they were behind early, so that changed things. But I still think that Montreal defense, if you keep pounding the ball at them, they're going to give up some yards.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll get the guys' comments on that. We'll let you go. We know you got a busy day traveling and planning for things. It's cold there. Yeah. Oh, I feel so sorry for you.
Got to put on your rubber boots. Yeah.
Bears are hibernating.
Put on my rubbers. Got to put on the gum boots. You got them. You got it. And it's the winter gear for Saskatchewan. Be out there tomorrow.
Yeah. Go take care of that lawn before the snow flies. Hey, we'll maybe see you Saturday, Suits.
Okay, guys. Thanks.
Right
Take
on.
care.
Press coverage with Glen Suitor. It's brought to you by Bronco Plumbing and Heating, where professional service is guaranteed. They're going to treat you right. 781-2090. We got to go to break. We come back. The boys are going to stick around. We'll ask them about that East Final and a whole lot more. It's a Sports Cage streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com. All right, Sports Ticker. Practice field today. Keyshawn Johnson Limited. Joe Limited. Shane Ray's been ruled out for the game on Saturday. Hockey U17 World Men's Championship. Sharky update.
Canada 5, Canada White 5, Finland 1.
They advance.
Liam Pugh with a goal and assist, and Maddox Schultz with a goal.
Red tonight, Chase Sarkan. They take on Sweden. We got some Parade Junior Hockey League. Silver Foxes hosting Regina Capital, 7:45. Canadian mixed curling going on in Assiniboia. Jason Ackerman fell to BC, taking on Nova Scotia this evening. National Hockey League Canadian teams. Montreal's in New Jersey. Interesting one there. And Ottawa travels into Boston. SportsCage.com poll. What is the most essential factor for the Roughriders to beat BC in Saturday's West Final? You can vote at SportsCage.com. Sports ticker is for Steelcraft Doors Regina. Made in Western Canada for Western Canada. All right. Jake Maier, Rolan Milligan still with us here. You guys are allowed to talk about NFL games, right? All right. I'm gonna go sprinkle of the day for Sports Select here. Denver, Las Vegas tonight in Denver. Denver's a 9-point favorite. They're gonna cover that.
I think so.
Same.
Yeah, you got him.
You got him.
Okay. Here's a hypothetical question. Let's have fun with this. Right. What would the spread be if Tom Brady was playing for the Raiders?
Tom for playing for the Raiders? Well, it wouldn't be.
Think about
9.5.
If he went, are
you talking like current
like
right
tonight?
now?
Like tonight, they said if it was a video game, we could put Tom in.
Did he have a week of practice?
A week of practice.
They would be underdogs still, for sure.
4 points, 3 points.
6.5.
Oh, that
okay.
Tommy, see, I saw a video slinging it. You got his dog all cloned up.
What, do they got him practicing now? I thought he owns part of the team, doesn't he?
He's
I don't know.
He's one of the owners.
I'm no odds maker at all.
And he works for Fox. So it's like really weird having the owner
broadcast about his team.
So yeah, all that. But yeah, sprinkle of the day for Sports Select. 9 points, Denver. And then the over-under is 42.5. I don't know what the weather's like in Denver tonight. That seems low. But then again, Vegas is an absolute dumpster fire. So I don't know if they can score a lot of points. You can go on Sports Select. You can do it all. Generate a QR code at sportselect.com on your phone. Go into your Lotto Spot retailer. Scan it. There you go. You got your ticket. It must be 18 plus to play. Play responsibly, and you get cash in hand. All right. We had you guys. We were talking earlier about your younger days and playing football. I want to ask you guys this question. You weren't playing football. What would you be doing, Jake?
Be playing baseball.
If you weren't playing baseball, what would you be doing? What'd you go to school for?
Communications.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeesh.
So, as you can imagine, coaching would be in the realm of possibilities there. I mean, I grew up around coaches and teachers. That's just my entire background and family wise. So if I wasn't playing sports, man,
you got a good voice. Maybe be behind the mic.
Sure, but that's sports, right? I mean, I guess
that's okay.
I guess it's yeah. I mean, I could see myself analyzing games, calling games. Doing
I think
stuff
you
like
could.
That.
I think you could.
Yeah, I think you could.
I can see that.
Yeah.
What would you be doing, Rolan?
Probably coaching. In between a couple of my stops in the league, I was back home coaching a little bit. So even when I'm done playing, I think I'm probably gonna jump into coaching. It's just something about the development of athletes and you know, so just trying to help kids along. You know, with all the different ins and outs of just trying to be an athlete.
You got some time in the NFL.
Yeah.
Right? And Mike Rose last week, he had a great story. I'll ask you guys this because we've got to keep this going. Memories on getting cut. What's the time that you guys got cut from something that you remember? First off to you.
Probably my last time being cut from the NFL. It was training camp. What was that, 2021 with the Colts? And I was coming off of a hamstring, just getting cleared to start moving on the field again. And they called me in the office, and it was kind of like caught me off guard just because I wasn't like fully healed yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of caught me off guard a little bit, but
cutthroat business, man.
It is, man. It's tough, and you kind of know that when you get there. That is more business than football to an extent.
Okay, so for me, I'm lucky enough to not have my heart broken yet when it comes to that. Yeah, knock on wood. But like kind of wish I could have had the opportunity to get my heart broken. I didn't necessarily go down the route of the NFL or get those opportunities, but probably the weirdest feeling for me, I think any athlete would probably say this. I've been traded in this league, which is it's strange. It is like you knew, like, okay, I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna play there anymore. I'm finding somewhere else to go. But just still seeing, like, I think for athletes, it's like seeing like the social media thing of it. It's like seeing your name traded, for whatever a draft pick. You're just kind of like, man, that's bizarre. Like,
really, that's all they got.
Well, yeah, there's a little bit of that for sure, but like it's more so just like, man, like you see guys you trade, and then it's like, oh man, I got traded. Like that's very interesting to see your name kind of in that like headline light, whatever.
Okay, here on the heels of that, because it's the social media now, I can't imagine being a kid or an athlete in this day and age. Would you prefer, if you had a time machine, would you prefer playing back in the 80s and all that? Things were a little more, under the covers?
Man, maybe. Yeah, I mean, there's something to that. Like, there's something pure about it. Like, it's just less things that you read about yourself, less like narratives to keep up with just in sports. And I think sometimes sports kind of go through that, right? Like, you hear certain things about certain guys, and maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but it's like, man, you hear about it a lot.
Keyboard warriors, we see them on the chat.
They're on the chat
here, right? Like, wouldn't it be easier to just go back and like you'd really have to dig into a newspaper to find out anything?
Yeah.
No, I think so too, man. A lot of stuff now, like you just get out of practice and you look at your phone and ESPN all over your phone with whatever's going on. It's just like, man, you can't ignore it at this point, because if you don't look at your phone, then somebody gonna come to you like, hey, did you just see whatever happened on ESPN? It's just like, maybe I ain't want to see it today. Maybe I just want to,
That's got to be so annoying.
Yeah, the access is probably too easy. I mean,
for sure.
But like, like on that note, like I kind of think about during the pandemic when Michael Jordan released his Last Dance documentary, and you kind of see, like, obviously that's Michael Jordan, but like you see just kind of that era of sports and how like pure it was, like the fans being as engaged as they are. And I'm not saying it's not like that now, but I'm just saying like it was a different type of passion, maybe, like, in a different just energy and buzz around, like, maybe that Chicago Bulls team as probably the best example, but seeing like young kids like being like, like the one clip is like the two little kids are like, we got a chance to get, anything we wanted for Christmas, and we chose Bulls tickets. Like, I don't know, like that type of stuff is really pure to me, to like see kids like emulating their favorite players, like in the front yard playing outside,
absolutely,
going to games and like choosing that. Like, that's pretty cool to me. I think you got more of that 80s, 90s. I could be wrong. But.
It's interesting you bring up the Bulls, because that was such a special time, right? And that's such a special team. When you talk about greats that you're playing against in the CFL, who would you think of as a great in the CFL?
Well, I've in the 5 years, I mean, the guy sitting over there is one of the best players in the league. That's an easy one.
Nice. Way to go, Rolan. Nice work.
You, man.
What makes him like
him?
so good?
Man, just super high IQ for like just the position. Like,
that's where the coach comes in down the road.
There's not a lot of like weaknesses in like where he's supposed to be. Like, like when you're playing against Rolan, he's going to be in the right spots. He's going to have the right leverage. He's going to be on time. And there's just not a lot of weakness, man or zone. So it's like, okay, you think you could beat him in zone? Okay, he drives it. You try to look him off, and next thing you know, he's looking up a route that you're trying to throw on the other side. It's like, what the hell is Zero doing there? Like, there's no reason for him to be there, So he sneaks up on you for sure, and I think with any great player, it's like they avoid like the great mistake. Like there's not a blown coverage with Rolan. There's not
That's a good point.
Mistake, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's no like, oh, I got him. Because he's just so wrong. It's just not going to be it, man. Like, if you're going to beat Rolan, it's going to be because you put the ball in a spot that he just can't physically reach it, and that's not his fault. Like,
who's the guy you looked up to? Like, who's the guy you emulated your game after?
To be honest, no one. Growing up, I was always playing corner, so I was a huge Darrell Reeves fan. But
the island.
Once I got into college, I think my junior year, I switched to safety, and then a little bit of nickel. So it wasn't really, anybody I looked up to, but just trying to take from guys that I was playing with. So when I was in Detroit, Glover Quinn, Quandre Diggs, Tavon Wilson. When I got to Indy, Kenny Moore, even though I think Kenny's probably a little younger than me, but just the way he just was so instinctual about playing. And, he'll do something, I'll be like, what made you do that? Just to pick his brain. Just a lot of guys I play with. And even when I got up here, playing with Nick Marshall.
Yeah.
And then even having Coach Bell in the room.
Oh, what a beauty.
I think he opened my mind a lot and just kind of changed my perspective on a lot of things.
Would you consider yourself a student of the game?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Over the years, I've learned how to watch film. And then, even on off days after games, I go in the office with Bell and just he'll have the clicker going, and then he'll have NFL games on TV if it's Sunday, and we're just watching football, talking football.
Jeez, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I think so.
When's the first time you heard of Saskatchewan, Canada?
Probably when they called my agent.
Did you look it up on Google? Did you go online and I go, where is this?
They sent me like an information sheet. They emailed me like an information sheet. Because he called me, he was like, "Yeah, it's a team in the CFL that's pretty interested in you." And I was like, "Okay." He was like, "Yeah, they're gonna send you some information and this and that." I was like, "All right, cool." And they sent. I was like, Saskatchewan. Okay. And then just looking into it more and more, and that was that was the first time I ever heard of it.
Yeah. How about you? You were Calgary and all that, but before that with the CFL and coming up.
Yeah, no, I was not familiar with Saskatchewan really at all. The movie is what would it be? Grown Ups. You remember the scene? I don't know if you guys have seen Grown Ups. It's like where they're like, "Oh, I'm from Saskatoon," So like you hear that and like you're like, "Oh, okay, so that's a place in Canada," and. But no, I didn't know. And I didn't really know much about the CFL until I was midway through my college career, and they're like, "Oh, you're on Calgary's negotiation list." I was like, I don't know what that means. Like negotiation. I still don't know what the negotiation list is. It's like 10 guys or 30 guys, but then you can come off, So once I found out about that, then I looked up all 9 teams, and then I learned pretty quickly. I was like, oh, okay, so like Saskatchewan's kind of the mecca of the league. And there's an argument for a couple other spots, obviously, but like I learned pretty quickly how much it means here, and I was like, well.
And then just players, right?
Yeah.
Flutie, Garcia as a quarterback.
Exactly.
Warren Moon going way back. It's like, well, okay, guys played there. UC Davis?
UC Davis.
There is it?
Yep.
You ever played in Flagstaff?
I did.
7,000 feet above sea level?
That's right. Flagstaff.
I love that dome, man.
Lost in Flagstaff, unfortunately. But that is a sweet dome. It's kind of, I don't know. Yeah, it's all right.
But it's 7,000 feet above sea level.
But it's hard to breathe. Yeah, you are sucking wind a little bit.
Yeah. We'll take a quick break. Yeah, fellas are going to stick around. Jake Maier, Rolan Milligan. It's a Sports Cage on the home of the Riders, 620 CKRM.
They're calling it one of the most cruel finishes to a NASCAR race. With 3 laps to go, William Byron blew a tire, caused a caution.
Oh, Kelly Taylor.
Okay, Kelly Taylor. Everybody went to the pits. Hamlin had the lead for literally all but 50 laps of the race. Went in and took 4 tires. Larson took 2. Larson came out in front. Hamlin couldn't catch him in the white-yellow checkered. So Larson is the champion for NASCAR this year. Hamlin led it all the way. Had the best car. Should have been the champ. They made a mistake, put on 4 tires instead of 2, and dropped him back to 6th, and he couldn't catch up.
You guys NASCAR guys?
No, not at all.
As a kid, yes. As an adult, not as much. Got into it a little bit last year. Shout out Hendrick Motorsports, though.
That's right. Hendrick Motorsports. They're the
big
winners.
win. Yeah. Jeff Gordon, right? Is he in charge of that?
Jeff Gordon is part of that team. He is.
There you go. Is that it then?
That's it. That's the end of the season. It's all over right there. Kyle Larson, season champion.
It's for Croft Electric. Thanks, Crofty, for everything. You need permanent holiday lighting.
They're beautiful.
Right now, we wear the green and white lights, like a lot of people in the neighborhoods. My neighbors got the Rams because their kid plays on the Rams.
Yeah.
And Crofty did them. So it's like the little bit
green
of gold in
yeah.
there. Croft Electric. You can find them on all the socials. They travel around southern Saskatchewan and do great work. Thanks to Croft Electric for sponsoring the NASCAR report.
Who do you guys got for the East Final? Tell me your thoughts on that.
Ooh, go ahead, Ro.
Roland?
Oh, man. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be a good one, man. The connection with Bo and Kenny Lawler is just
hard to beat.
It's crazy. It is, and I think Montreal, if they can limit the explosive plays, I think they'll probably end up winning that game. But if they can't contain the offense, it's gonna be a long day.
I think both teams are going to play great, and I hope they have a lot of fun. And let's have a great East final, and then everybody will be tuned in for the West final after.
Yeah, no, we definitely will be. Ultimate fence sitter. Are you a Dodger fan?
God, no, man, I can't do it. I can't.
No.
I grew up an Angel fan,
Angels,
and it's not looking good for us, obviously. But I just can't do it. My mom, grandfather, aunts, uncles, all Dodger fans. I can't do it. Me and my wife, we're never gonna cave.
You guys are pulling for the Blue Jays then?
Yeah, it was kind of one of those things where, like, yeah, both teams play hard, have fun, and see who wins the World Series. Like, I wasn't leaning either way. I wasn't hating. I wasn't supporting. It was a hell of a series, though.
It was
one of the best baseball I've ever seen.
Is your wife up here? Like in
she's not. Well, she's not. She would come with me to Calgary, but she's in a nursing program right now. So her and my little one are back home in Arizona.
Oh, nice. Right on. What's your handicap? Your golfer?
Right now, man, 15, 16.
Oh, yeah.
No, 18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. You play some tough tracks.
Yeah.
Down there. Who's your NFL team? Like on Sundays? You and coach are watching.
I don't have one no more, man. Growing up, I was a Carolina Panthers fan. I love Steve Smith. That was my guy, man. He was a dog. And, once I got my foot in the door and, got kicked out, it was a little salty. So I just watch for entertainment now.
Okay, so entertainment purposes only, who do you foresee in the Super Bowl?
I don't know, man. It's a lot of good ball going on.
It's parity this year. It's like confusion.
It's pretty wild.
It is. I don't know.
It is wild.
I think it's.
You got two?
Let me think.
Your Colts?
I still
big trade.
Like some of the guys, man. Yeah, Sauce.
Yeah, I like that move.
The Jets are like, they got draft picks for a year. The next 2 years, they should come play up here.
They still wouldn't win up here.
That's good. Woody.
I like Sauce to Indy. They've been having a lot of moving pieces in the secondary lately with injury and who was it? Xavier ended up getting or retiring or something like that earlier in the season. But I think it was a decent move.
Eagles still? Are the Eagles going to be there at the end of it all? I don't like it. It's tough.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. The NFC got a lot of good teams playing.
Just don't say Cowboys.
The
original Cowboy fans always coming in here. Luke Mullender.
From a rooting interest standpoint, I would love to see Stafford make it again.
I like Stafford.
He's one of my favorite players to watch. Really? Yeah, and then on the other side, I mean, I've developed a huge amount of respect and fandom for Josh Allen and the way he plays. And
why can't he just get over the
because it's really hard. Yeah, I mean, it's just like it's the hardest position in the world, and he does so much for them, and he's run into an all-time dynasty. It's kind of like, I mean, like who would, like, just the list of quarterbacks and guys that were trying to take down the Patriots over the years, right? Like, it's kind of a similar thing. It's hard to get over the hump. Andy Reid's obviously all-time. Spagnuolo's one of the best D coordinators ever.
He's so underrated.
Oh, man, it's crazy.
Which is crazy.
Like, when you watch, like, if you ever watch Kansas City on film, it's like, I don't blame you. I don't blame guys that like get confused or have a hard time. It's not easy, man.
Wow. The Josh Allen thing, does he need a receiver? Is that what he needs? Does he need one more guy?
Needs a break in the big game.
He needs one more guy to play catch with, I think.
I think, he would benefit for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
I have a hard time talking about personnel and stuff like that. That's not really my thing. But I would say that any great quarterbacks get a benefit from that, for sure. Yeah.
All right, boys. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
thanks.
Appreciate it.
For coming
Thanks for having us.
Appreciate y'all, man.
This is fun.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Doors always open.
Really?
Yeah, you get that.
Remember,
you got to get that tape
the football
going.
signed.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get a football signed.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to start getting everybody that comes in to sign this bad boy. Obviously, good luck.
Thanks.
On Saturday.
Appreciate that.
And then next week in Winnipeg, in their dressing room.
Want to know.
All right. Sharky, thanks so much. Colson, thanks so much. Back tomorrow, jam-packed show again. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 3.